Hey, everybody.
Well,
I wonder if I think I've mentioned that before. So we should just do a super cut. There's like 400
of all
episodes.
the well.
Yeah. I know that when I do the Patreon videos and I open them all to spot check them to make sure the links are correct, if I open them fast enough and they load fast enough, then it's like, hey, everyone, what do I say? It's like, welcome back to another Patreon bonus video right here on RageSelect. And it's like 3 times. So anyway, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is the RageSelect podcast, right here on RageSelect. I'm Jeff.
I'm Amanda.
Amanda, it's I feel like it's feast or famine on the RageSelect podcast. It is feast week on the RageSelect podcast.
Yay.
We have a lot. We got a Nintendo Direct. We got Battlefield news. We got controversy. We got all kinds of stuff.
Good controversy.
We'll get to it.
Don't rush. Take your time.
Yeah, but before we kick things off, I watched 2 series last week, Amanda.
2 series?
Yes, I watched 2 series. Well, and I almost watched one of them. The next episode comes out on Saturday, so I haven't watched all of it.
Okay.
So I have one series that everyone can watch, and I have one series that it's going to take a very specific type of person to watch. So which one of these would you like to hear about?
A very specific type of person to watch.
I watched an anime called Taco P's Original Sin.
I know about this one.
Yeah. So this is an anime about a little alien guy that comes down from the universe. He's like a little happy. He comes from the happy planet. He's a little octopus guy, and he's got little happy gadgets with him. He's come to make the people of Earth happy.
Yeah.
And the first person that he runs into is the most miserable 4th grade girl that has ever existed in the history of all of mankind. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So here's the caveat. Let me just say this right now. This is a show that is mainly about children. It is mainly about bad things happening to children.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, like I haven't seen anything like sexual, but outside of that, it's kind of everything else. Like there is, and I want to be a little vague because if people want to watch it, I think it's worth watching. But it's like, this is not a feel-good show.
Yeah.
This is a show that starts off with a black screen with the suicide hotline warning on it. Like if you feel bad, here's the number. Give it a call. Now, if you are game for that sort of thing, it's incredibly interesting because it's a 6-episode limited series, and each episode changes the entire status quo of what you're watching. And and I was trying to think about this because it's like I was looking at the Reddit for it, and there were people that were talking about it. Some people were like, yeah, well, sometimes you just want to watch something that really bums you out. And I was like, no. And it's like sometimes people that have had bad experiences in their life, they want to see other people having bad experiences because it makes them feel seen. I'm like, that's not why I'm watching it. Why I'm watching it is because, okay, so the whole plot of the thing, I mean, I don't want to talk about the plot very much, but it's like you are denied a lot of information in this show. So like the show starts and you've got this alien and this miserable little girl, and like the alien's trying to cheer her up and she won't get cheered up. And so you're like, what is happening? That is what drove me through the show, is what is happening?
Yeah.
As well as kind of what will happen next. And like, so as the show goes on, each episode kind of like, not really, but it sort of like shifts the focus to a different thing. You'll get more information about this character or this character or this character. And it's like the more information you get, the more you're like, oh God, well, I understand the horrible thing that happened last time, but it's only because of this more horrible thing that caused that horrible thing to happen before. Like, it is rough. It is rough, but it is good. It's just that, like, it's some sad kind of fucky shit.
Did you cry, Jeff?
I did not cry. They were cartoons. They weren't real people.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. There was a few points. There's some violence in this anime that is, because it's not like there's an alien, there are alien gadgets, there's an outer space, there's a whole fucking thing. There is some violence in here, which is like not the My Hero Academia punching the bad guy. There's some violence in here that is like the sort of violence that happens to actual people and children in this world. And that stuff, I don't like to see that. Nobody likes to see that. Yeah. But the thing is that, like, I was thinking a lot about this. Like, it's used to effect. Like, we have a story this week where there's like this group that's trying to get a lot of these games banned. And like, it made me think a lot about how like violence can be a legitimate storytelling tool to make you feel bad about what you're seeing, and that brings you in closer to the characters, right? Where you empathize with the characters because they're experiencing violence, and you're like, oh no, stop it, no. So yeah, it is, like I said, it is good. And as of when this podcast comes out, the final episode will be out. So the first season, which is only 6 episodes. Yeah. The first episode is like...
Jesus Christ, how many seasons could there possibly be of
I don't know. It's based on a manga. I don't know how long it goes on. I do know the first episode is like 40 minutes. It's like 37 or 38 minutes. Yeah. And then the others are just like 20 minutes. Fast watch. Not watch this when you're in the mood to dig into something with some dark fucking themes, not when you're like, I'm sad, I need to cheer up. Like, don't watch Takapi's Original Sin.
I had this just a clip from it like jump scared on me on TikTok because it's like, look at this adorable little octopus alien guy. Yeah. And then it was like, and then literally the camera just shifts over a little bit, and it's just like, oh, this is it. Oh, I
think I know which episode you're talking about.
And because I don't even know what episode, and I just was like, oh my god. And I was looking at the comments, and a lot of people were very like, oh my god. Like, when I heard they were gonna make it into an anime, I had read the manga, and I was like, it's not gonna be what it is, and it's what it is. Like, well,
I mean, like that. I was when I was looking at that Reddit, and people were showing the manga, and like the front cover of the manga is just like the volume 1 is one of the girls like with this anguished look on her face crying, and the other version is the other girl with an anguished look on her face crying, and it's like, oh, good. But I've watched a lot of like my whole Friday night is just like pew pew action, Shonen 15-year-old boy like blasting through the sky. He's the chosen one. He's fucking punching that guy in the face. And I was like, let me try something else, and I did.
And I'll never try anything else ever again. I'm just going right back to the pew pew and the fun and exciting.
Yep. I also watched Department Q, and that's perfectly acceptable British crime drama that anybody could watch. It's
delightful
on Netflix, and it's just British. Like, did you like Broadchurch, but not quite as depressing? Well, that's Happy Valley. Is that the one with the lady cop? It's just one in a series of British crime dramas where something bad happens to a scruffy middle-aged white guy, and then he has to be kind of an asshole until he solves the crime. Yeah. Like, it basically,
isn't that all crime shows?
Pretty much,
which is fun. In its own right.
It was fine. It was fine. How about you, Amanda? What did you do last week?
I watched Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we went to the theater and everything.
Holy crapple-roni.
I know. I spent all my money just to, and then I didn't get popcorn.
To watch a Marvel movie?
I know. The big thing was we went to go see Superman in theaters like 2 weeks before, and so we were like, well, we're going to watch Fantastic Four. We're in the mood to go to the movies all the time, and now I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the mood to go to the movies. And, I thought it was good. I thought it like I feel like for a Marvel film, it's probably like an A. For a film without the context of like Marvel, it's like a B. Like just like an okay B.
Okay.
Colorful, bright, which is exactly what I like about, what it really reminds me of is the vibe. So when in the early 2000s, it was like X-Men and Blade and all these like dark, they're superheroes, but they're in black leather. Right. You know what I mean? And nothing felt like a comic book. And then Sam Raimi made Spider-Man, and he was like, what if just like blue latex on, or not latex, but spandex on somebody? Right. Like, what if we just did it? Yeah. Like what the comic books do. And not that Marvel ventured away from it, but this kind of gives that same vibe. Okay. Of like, everything felt kind of like it got a little drab. And now it's like, oh, what if it is just like 60s style jumpsuits that are bright ass blue.
Okay.
And they go into outer space. It's very retro futuristic and very fun and cute. I think I like Superman better if we're doing a comparison.
I don't want to know specifics, but one of the things that I'm a little worried about with the Fantastic
Yes, it stretches.
Four is I know the general, like, the origin story of the Fantastic Four that this movie tends to be gesturing in the direction of with its trailers, because I've been like, yeah. It's kind of like the Thunderbolts, where it's like the resolution of the first time the Fantastic Four meet Galactus is weird. It's a weird story in the comics. I don't know if it's different here. It's not very action packed. Yeah. It's more like the end of Doctor Strange than anything else. So, but I don't want to spoil anything. But it's like, because like Thunderbolts had a very weird ending, like where yes, there was some exploding stuff, but it wasn't like it wasn't like there was a bunch of robots to beat up.
Yeah.
Right? The bad guy in the Thunderbolts is not a here's my army of guys for you to beat up character. So it mostly just was like there was one kind of big action scene towards the end where they were saving people, and then it was like an episode of Black Mirror or Twilight Zone or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of falls a little flat in that sense. Like they're in the same way, the like lack of big action.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely things that are happening, but when it's Galactus, you're not going to have a bunch of they're not like mini Galacti showing up and like punchable Galactuses.
Yeah.
But it does also do like a good job of film reels, of like news reels of their past adventures.
Okay.
We are definitely getting thrown into the thick of it. Like they've been around for a while.
Oh, okay.
Same way Superman does the same thing where they're like, hey, origin.
Right.
And then they move on.
Yeah.
And then Fantastic Four does the same thing where they're just like, here's the origin, and it, does the 1960s of like,
interesting, because I would think that they would have cheated by having the origin be part of it, because that's so easy. Like you've got all the stuff with the rocket, and then what's happening to us, and then we've got to join together.
So I mean, it's kind of in there in the sense that they do like the newsreel where it's very. I mean, Superman did like 2 sentences in the very beginning of the film, but like Fantastic Four was very, this all happened however many years ago when Reed Richards and his friends went into outer space and like do all that. And the exploring of the space stuff really comes more into play, or like what gave them their powers really comes more into play with them having Franklin.
Okay.
And what that means, and having a baby when you got gross power, you got gross stretchy powers.
At least, if you're pregnant, if you're the invisible lady and you're pregnant, it's pretty easy to check. You just look down and be like, boop. Oh, yeah,
there's
there he is.
Baby there. Yeah, can she make the baby invisible?
I
guess so, right?
Yeah,
otherwise, there's just a floating baby.
Well, she can, like in the comics, I think she can touch people and things and make them invisible.
Yeah, she does that in the the thing. I don't know why I would even question it, but
just a fetus floating after you, like
That's horrifying.
Oh, jeez. So, like, it sounds like you're like, it was fine.
It was fine.
Knock your socks off.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have watched it in theaters.
Yeah.
I think it would have. Now I haven't watched a Marvel film. Full stop. Haven't watched a Marvel film since Endgame.
Oh, okay.
So I'm fully detached.
Yeah.
And I got into it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. It felt a little hollow, and I'm not sure why entirely.
So we just really briefly, because we got to get on to the news, but like the problems that I keep seeing with Marvel movies are threefold. Actually, this is not just Marvel movies. I don't want to put this on Marvel. I see this in a lot of movies. One is an unearned emotional payoff where the movie focuses on action and plot beats and stuff, and then at the end, they want you to feel something, and it's like, but you didn't do the work to make me feel it, so you can shoot it. Like, it's supposed to make me cry. This was the problem that I had. I'm sorry. This is the problem that I had with Batman, where I felt like Batman had a thesis statement, and then 2 hours of movie that had nothing to do with like the whole.
Yeah, and then they were like, conclusion.
And then in the conclusion, it was like, and then he did it. And I was like, but where did all that come from? Or Thunderbolts has kind of this issue where it's like, towards the end, you know, you're kind of coming together with the power of friendship and family, but that movie is like 60% Marvel fight scenes. And it's like, I need more connection between characters. Like, just snarking at each other is not like doesn't make me think these people like each other. Like, it's like they told me it, but they didn't show it to me.
It's a lot of that. I told John it felt like it had the emotional depth of a cartoon episode where it's like, you're getting like this episode is a full episode. You're getting a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's no part that really feels like it's missing anything, but they're very like, they're a family, and look how they interact, and look at and you're only really getting at the like surface level, like it's a cartoon episode.
Right.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially for a comic book movie.
Yeah.
But it did leave me feeling where...
The problem with that is that you have to have a really good writer and director to do that. Yeah. Like, the thing is that I think that when I look at that, I look at something like Thunderbolts, which didn't... I mean, by the time I got to the end and everybody was like, oh, the emotional finale. And I'm like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then I look at The Suicide Squad, where they got me to care about fucking... Peacemaker, like
the chick with the rats,
the Ratcatcher 2, and by the end, I'm like shedding a tear.
Why it sounded so insulting when you said Ratcatcher 2. Well, not even original Ratcatcher.
Not even original Ratcatcher. They got me to feel bad for the giant star bad guy in that movie, and all he says is, I was so happy in space, I just wanted to float and watch the stars, and I was like, and then I watch these other movies and they're like, don't you feel bad? And I'm like, no, fuck you just told me that. And then the other thing, I'll kind of combine this, the other thing is that a lot of times they're either too focused on setting other stuff up, or they're so focused on showing other things like fight scenes where it's like, it goes back to the first one where you've sacrificed like getting me to care about these characters in order to have cool fight scenes, in order to set up Ironheart, in order to like shove something else in. I didn't think that there was probably going to be much of that.
There's only like one credit scene that does.
How long was it?
I don't even know. I don't remember.
Was it less than 2 hours?
It didn't feel very long.
Okay.
But yeah, there's only like one scene, and it's like
155, 1 hour and 155,
just short of 2 hours.
So. But no, that's better because they kept for a while there. They were doing these like 2 hour and 20-minute movies. And I'm like, you need a fucking reason for that, because otherwise I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom 3 times.
It does a really good job at like it's really like 2 action scenes.
Yeah.
It's like the mid scene of like them discovering what's going on, and then
why would I want a spicy McMuffin?
Because you're just spicy pooper. That's what I'm just gonna.
That's what I want first thing in the morning is eggs and habaneros.
Burn it down the gullet.
Well, it sounds okay. It sounds like I can wait for it to come to streaming.
I would suggest it.
But I'll probably still watch the Superman. I just need to get around to it now that I've got some time. So, but with that, we're going to go ahead and jump on over to our Nintendo Direct.
Now we're running late, so lightning round everything.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really... It's not that kind of direct. Like, I'll be honest with you. This thing is kind of disappointing. This was a partner direct. The game the console just launched, and so a lot of this is just like things are coming to the console that we either already know about, or they're like, we're getting the news that they're going to be released on the Switch 2 the same day they're released on other consoles, because the console will support it. There's like 2 or 3 things in here that are like okay-ish, but I mean, like, the thing is, I don't want to be too much of a poopy pants, because if you only have a Switch 2... You guys
heard it. He hates the Nintendo.
If you only have a Switch 2, this will probably be very exciting, because there's a bunch of games that are coming here that you wouldn't normally get on the Switch 2. I have all of them, so it's not... so
sorry, I didn't realize I was talking to a Rockefeller.
So we start out with Monster Hunter Stories 3. This is like the spin-off JRPG, like, single-player version of Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
It's so weird that this is coming, that this is announced, just because Monster Hunter Worlds came out like was like this year. Was it early this year?
Or late last year.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And it's not doing great. Like the Monster Hunter stock is not super duper
Well, maybe
high up
they're
there.
hoping this will bring it back.
Maybe.
I mean, it's never been my jam, but
Yeah, I tried a couple of these, and oh no, just the game. I tried a couple of these, and they didn't do like I don't care enough about the monsters in Monster Hunter. Like I cared about like kind of getting cool armor, but they're like, oh my god, it's the last Rathalos and it's bonded to a rider, and like what does it mean for the kingdom of Glorborfia? And I'm like, I don't what? Who cares? Fucking
fuck Glorborfia.
yeah, fucking weirdos. Like that was February. It was February of this year.
Oh wow,
late February.
Fuck. Was this year 7 years long so far?
What's that?
This year. February feels forever ago, and it also was not that long ago.
And it was also like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This looks fine. Like, the one thing I could say about this is that, it obviously looks better on the Switch too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just a gobbledygook of this. It's like an art. I don't know much about the world of Monster Hunter, so they talk about it like I'm supposed to know. Like it's Game of Thrones or something, but then also there's just the monsters from Monster Hunter and then a bunch of generic anime people, and I'm like, I don't. Like, I'm starting to think that when I liked Monster Hunter Worlds, it was just like that was the one. Like I don't like any of the rest of this. I just like this one.
Yeah.
So
I mean that's entirely possible. There's so many. I feel like they come out with a new thing all the time.
Yeah.
My brother he gets into all of them, and he keeps trying to get me into them. I'm like, you're not going to enjoy what I have to say about these.
I don't know if this is going to be on other platforms though. I think it. Let's see. It might. I don't know. I didn't look that up. Anyway. Yeah, so Monster Hunter. What's also weird is that everything here was like a cutscene. They didn't really show any real.
This looks like How to Train Your Dragon, but like not good.
How to Train Your Monster Dragon.
Yeah.
The first one was like little kids, so at least it's like I guess teenagers killing each other,
getting older.
Yeah. All right. So from there. Oh, yeah, they'd explained that some of this will be on the Switch and some will be on the Switch, too. From there, there's a new Katamari called Once Upon a Katamari. That is a new Katamari Damacy game. We're going through different like time periods, and there's different little characters you can play online, but nothing I see here looks like it's...
new or different?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's another funky Katamari Damacy game.
Yeah, is that not what we want?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I never played this franchise in the first place.
Yeah.
So like every time I go back to play it, I'm like, well, okay, well then what happens next? And it's like, well, now you're
bigger and you get more stuff.
You're bigger.
Right.
Do more stuff.
Then like
yeah.
But then what?
Like some people have more of a connection with this franchise than I do. I don't really.
I always took it as a fun little bullshit game.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's that Monster Hunter game is 2026 next year. So this game is coming out October 24th. I don't know. I guess I'll give it a try like I've done several other Katamari games and see, but
yeah. October 24th, that's Asylum Week, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that it's probably the week before Asylum Week. It's what, 1 week before Halloween?
Yeah.
So
give or take 6 days before
October. Halloween is on a Friday.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get drunk.
Oh shit, Halloween's on a Friday. Thank you.
I'm gonna get drunk and I'm gonna have so much candy corn. I'm gonna throw up all the candy corn.
Oh my god, finally. I'm tired of this fucking like Christmas is on a Wednesday bullshit. Halloween is on a Thursday. Great. What do I do with that? Just Dance 2026 got an ad.
No!
Yeah, some new tracks by artists.
I don't want to, Jeff. I don't want to.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
Rose and Bruno Mars. What's a Dua Lipa? There's a Dua Lipa in there. I don't know if that's a group.
That's a woman. And
Madonna. A Madonna song I've never heard of before.
There's Smash Mouth.
All Star by
Just
Smash
for you,
Mouth.
Jeff.
Yes.
One Republic. Jesus Christ. One Republic. That song was the Counting Stars was a while ago.
Well, I mean, they always throw in some oldies and some newies.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's also some kind of new party mode.
No, I don't want to do any of this.
Fucking whatever, man.
See you guys in the new year.
October 14th. Let's see. After that, we found out the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is going to be released on Switch 2.
Hell yeah! I'm not Michael.
I don't have Michael on every time there's Dragon Ball, and I like. There's nothing. But see, this is the thing. There's nothing else to say. Sparking Zero came out. Like it's already out on other consoles. It's just the new Budokai Tenkaichi fighting Dragon Ball series. So like,
hell yeah.
It's now out on going to be out on the Switch 2. Good for Switch 2.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it'd be fun on the Switch 2.
November 14th. So
just in time.
They've run out of ideas, so they're remaking the original Plants vs. Zombies.
Like, okay, but original or like the bullshit shooter?
Original.
Because I want the original and I can't fucking that's all I want. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to run around.
Yep. So yeah, they're basically remaking the original Plants vs. Zombies in HD.
Hell yeah. I want it.
Yeah.
Real bad. Yeah, on the Switch. If it comes out on my the Switch and Switch 2, because I don't have a Switch 2.
I think it probably is here. Let's go back and look at the Switch 1 and Switch 2. So there you go.
It better not be more than like $15. I'm not gonna fucking shit used to be a phone game.
It's like this checklist of things like is it the shooter one? No. Is it on the Switch? Yes. It better be less than $15.
If you can't tell me that it's not different than the shooter one, I don't want to fucking run around and play COD of plants.
I don't understand any part of this series, so it's fine.
I just want my little protect my backyard from zombies.
Yep, October 23rd. Plants
so
vs. Zombies replanted. Is it? July, August, September, October?
I might not be alive in October, Jeff.
Well,
the way this year's going.
EAFC is coming to the Switch. It's a soccer game.
Hell yeah.
September 26th. Pac-Man.
No, we played a Pac-Man game. We didn't have that great of a time.
Pac-Man World 2 repack. That video had a bunch of downvotes, and I'm like,
did it?
Why? I don't know why. We didn't talk that much shit about Pac-Man. The only thing I can think of is that it might have ended up getting on people's recommended
and
feeds
they were like,
who
get it off of there. Get it off.
Unfamiliar with RageSelect, who are like, shut up and pay attention to the dark story of Pac-Man. But anyway, remember we played that, and I talked about how I don't like Pac-Man
with the face and
legs and shit.
Yeah.
This is that Pac-Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, Pac-Man repack.
So when are we gonna play this?
Pac-Man World 2 repack. I don't know. When's it come out? September 26th, maybe.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. This looks.
Now I'm not recording that week unless we play.
Why? Why do you hate me so? I don't
know, because it's funny.
Yeah. Pac-Man. I don't like Pac-Man.
Yeah, I don't care enough about Pac-Man to need to play this.
Yeah, this is also a remake. It's not like it's an original game. It's like a remake, I believe. Final Fantasy Tactics, the remake is coming out on the Switch too. Or
how many of these announced games are remakes?
A lot of them, or they're they're remakes
Switch 2?
or they're releases of things that we already have on other consoles, like the Dragon Ball game.
Okay.
So. Did it? I was looking for the little thingy to tell me which. Okay, I don't care. Yeah, September 20th, Switch 1 and Switch 2. Yeah, there you go. The Avalis Chronicles.
30th.
September 30th. What did I say?
20th.
My brain.
That's 10 days difference, Jeff.
I don't know if anybody who's listening to this podcast is really like, oh yeah, they're taking notes, they're writing it down. Damn it, Jeff. Of course, last week people got really mad at me because I couldn't remember which Battlefield games had a single-player campaign for some reason. And I was Googling it on the fly, and people were like, you fucking go to hell. And
where's your notes, Jeff? Get your notes out.
I didn't even think I was going to talk about it. That Persona 3 remake is coming out on the Switch 2. Again, that's fine.
Are you excited?
October 23rd. No. Came out last year on the Xbox on Game Pass.
You chose to bring this up.
I didn't put this in the Nintendo Direct. I wanted to know when Metroid Prime 4 comes out. Come on. The Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which is the third Dynasty Warriors game that.
Oh yeah.
And so like the first one was just its own thing, and the second one was like in Breath of the Wild there was the like war against the uprising of the machines.
Right. Yeah.
And then in Tears of the Kingdom there's a part where Zelda goes back in time and there's a bunch of shit that happens back in time. There's like another war type of thing. And so it's like this is the story of that and it looks like it looks a lot like the last one.
Yeah.
Like everybody's favorite Deer Daddy or whatever is in here. Like
I was trying to figure out what kind of animal that is.
people got real weirdly thirsty about him. He's like
People on the internet? Did people on the internet get thirsty about a character?
yes.
Any character?
Any character at all.
There's a whole rule on the internet about this sort of thing, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. This still looks okay, but like I've had a hard time engaging. Like the thing is that it's like they make a spinoff to. I don't care about the plot of what happened during that part of that game enough. Yeah. And the main game is what I really want to play. Like I want to play Breath of the Wild. I want to play Tears of the Kingdom. I don't really want to play Dynasty Warriors, but it happens to be in a piece of Zelda.
Well, actually, no. As like a little added bonus thing, right? Like you finished Tears of the Kingdom, and now you want more, but you don't want to replay the game. It's nice to get a little extra.
I will also say that like the previous ones were all on the Switch, and like not to be a hater or anything, but like they
downvote.
The Switch stuck around for, in my opinion, longer than it should have. Where there were games that were coming out on that platform that looked like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
They just looked like shit. So like I don't know, this one looks like sharper, so maybe this is a way for me to go back to this world without replaying Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS. So yep. So that's there's a winner. There's one.
There.
Slightly excited.
Positive.
Yeah, like a little not completely poopy. All right, from there, I think, was this like a montage? It was a EA Sports Madden 24.
Wow, football.
Coming out August 14th. Amanda, frankly, I felt insulted about this game.
Yeah.
This is a game called Chillin' by the Fire. And it's a game about making a fire in a fire pit.
Okay.
And then, like, keeping it lit.
Yeah.
And, like, that's it. Like you make a fire.
Sometimes you got to keep it lit.
And if you make it wrong, then it goes out. You got to like chop the wood in half and pile it up the right way and blow on it, and like, and like that's it. You make a fire. Like that's the entire game.
For sure.
And this, of all things, was and it's out today game. And I was like,
are we going to play that, Jeff?
No. This is boring as shit.
Get ready for another bonus video.
You can roast a marshmallow, and if you got a Switch 2, you can like light a firework, you roast a marshmallow, and if you have a Switch 2, it does that weird thing where it puts your face inside of a circle. So you can hang out with people online around a campfire. And I'm like, but why? It's so weird and
full sequential.
This is like, I hate this.
We're gonna play it.
I hate it so much.
We're gonna live stream it. I hope everyone on the Discord get ready. We're gonna
by the fire.
Stoke that fire.
Ugh, gross. Freaking horrible. I hate it. Like there's nothing to it, man. Like come on.
Somebody had to pitch that.
Somebody had to make it. Somebody had to sell it. Nintendo had to buy it.
Yeah.
Apex Legends is coming out on the Switch too.
Yeah. I mean,
which of course.
What a weird jump between
August 5th. It's a little game called Hella that's like your little mouse.
Oh, cute.
And you got a little frog backpack.
This looks cozy as shit.
Yep. A little frog.
Hell yeah. I want this over the other one.
What, the fire game?
The fire game. The campfire game. So cute.
Yeah, you're a little mouse running around. You got a little frog backpack that you can use to like yank on stuff. You can play
co-op. Little Ralph S. Mouse.
Yep. I don't know. There's been a few games with like mice, and I'm not.
Well, ever since Squirrel with a Gun.
Yes, that's right. Mouse without a gun. That's what we've got this time.
This is a pacifist mouse.
Available 2026. So mark your calendars for next year. Star Wars Outlaws is coming to Switch 2. I don't think that's gonna.
Yeah, there's so many people very excited about it. Oh, September just a few 4th. Days after my birthday.
Yep. That Cosmos: The New Dawn. This is the one from the Bloober Team that they did after Silent Hill with the weird helmet guy person. They did talk a little bit more about this, which was kind of interesting, where it's like you're in the future and there's been this big calamity and you kind of are trying to figure out what's going on, but then they show there's like portals to go to the past, and then you can like go to the past and grab people's souls to upgrade your gun, but then it makes you hallucinate like that because you've done a bad thing, I guess. Like,
don't take my soul, bro.
And then this is the one where it's like if there's a corpse and an enemy hits the corpse, they absorb it and they become stronger. So you've got to be a little bit strategic with it, which I don't know. All this sounds good. I'm actually
I like the spooky monster designs.
Yep, I've been a big fan of everything I'm seeing here, and then I like the kind of the mystery of like, how did the world get this way? So yeah, this is going back in time and then like harvesting people to upgrade your gun. But then I like the fact that it causes problems when you do it. So
yeah. Well, if you're going back in time and sucking out somebody's soul, that might cause some sort of time paradoxical issues.
Also, there's a lot more in this trailer where they show more kind of like floating weirdness and strange architecture. I feel like a lot of the other stuff was mostly just like busted up buildings with monsters in it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
I'm intrigued by this game.
September 5th.
So close to my birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna mention it every time.
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is gonna be on the Switch. I think the first one was like a launch title.
Okay.
So this is the remake of the second Yakuza game. It's a good game. Very good. It's just, Yakuza 2 came out like a million years ago, and Yakuza Kiwami 2 came out like 5 years ago, and so, yeah. I mean, if you've never gotten a chance to play it, I like the Kiryu Kazama stuff. So.
Hell yeah.
And then they're also putting out a pack that has both 1 and 2, November 13th.
So close to Thanksgiving. I don't know what day of Thanksgiving is.
Yeah, so they have a little montage. Goodnight Universe. This is a weird game. That's a game about you're like a baby with psychic, like telekinetic powers.
That sounds horrifying.
It's from. Did you and I play this game where it was called like? It was a game where actually I might have played it with Tessa. Where it's like it watched your eyes, and every time you blinked, it would move forward in time. It was a story about a person's life. And like it would watch your face with your webcam, and if you blinked, it would like cut to another time period.
I know of that game enough so that I'm not sure if I was in it or not.
Well, this is from that same developer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which I'm like, okay, I like the art style. Coming out November 11th. So, it's an NBA Bounce, little arcade NBA game.
That's kind of cute.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Romancing
I
Saga
really want that game.
2, Revenge of the Seven.
Dope.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which is out like tomorrow on other consoles. Borderlands 4 is apparently going to release on the Switch too. Again, nothing wrong with any of this. It's just like, I mean, heard it.
This feels very like a very business as usual kind of like we have to make these announcements so that you know that they're out.
Right.
But nothing like it's not meant to actually be
like it's nothing that's going to make people go like, "Oh shit.
Yeah.
Can't believe it." Like it's basically just making good on the promise of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
That you're going to be able to play more modern games on it. Like when Borderlands 4 comes out, you're not going to have to play a crappy version or not play it.
Oh, it'll be a crappy version. Not because it's on the Switch.
Okay, and then finally we had 2 things from Square Enix. I should tell you something that we went overtime talking about movies in the first part.
Yeah.
And that we are going to finish this Nintendo Direct with plenty of time. That there wasn't like a whole lot here.
Yeah.
Okay, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. One of the worst named games I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, not super intriguing.
Sorry, I have a friend named Elliot, but still, I wouldn't say like The Legend
I would
of
play Elliot's game, but not this game titled Elliot.
The Saga of Jeff. Like I would make fun of that game. So yes, it takes place in. How do you say that, Amanda?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Philadelphia, not Philadelphia. Why would you?
Same thing.
Why would you do it? Like,
it
why
hurts
would you?
the eyes.
Yes. Like there's too many vowels.
Yeah.
It's got too many vowels in there.
There's too many A's and I's. Get those out of there.
Yeah. double vowels everywhere. So this is the HD 2D style. We've seen this in like Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. The big thing here is that it's an action game. So it's like it's kind of like the original like old Legend of Zelda on the Super Nintendo, where you're kind of looking down on the character and they're fighting, but then there's also some RPG stuff. I just don't like that the main character's wearing this dumb hat. Like he looks stupid.
You don't like his pimp hat?
He's got a fairy with him that I'm sure is going to be a high pitched.
A fantasy story without a fairy? What even?
And then she's going to be chiming in all the time. Hey, do you want to go back to town and sell all your gear? I'm going
to tutorialize everything in a really annoying voice.
So, yeah, I thought that Square Enix decided not to do shit like this.
They changed their mind.
Because I don't know. Okay, here, like, man, I'm just in a bad mood today. What do you think? Do you think this looks interesting? Something you want to play?
No, it literally looks like a bunch of other games.
Yeah.
Although I didn't know it was like an action game, which makes it more intriguing to me.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to play something that like was that tilt shift look, I probably would just do the Link's Awakening again.
Like just a throwback to an actual 16-bit game.
Yeah, like I would just go,
Yeah.
But I have no dog in the fight of any sort of Final Fantasy or Square Enix thing.
It's weird because this is one where I feel like if they had made it a Final Fantasy, like a tie-in to Final Fantasy 2 or something, like I would have more interest in it. But Philip Bieldia and this red hat doofus and his fairy running around,
and
it's like
pimp named Slickback and like, his wild adventures.
Elliot, you mean? Pimp named Elliot.
That's
like,
I
don't know. It's like every part of this was scientifically designed to make me go like,
I don't see anything that looks new or intriguing at all.
It's again, I think it's a lot like what you were talking about before. It's like it's fine, I guess, but like it's not. I want to be excited by my purchases, not just like feel okay about them. So that's coming out next year. And then the last thing, I really think this was a bad idea. So they put that out, and then their final announcement of this direct was Square Enix announcing an Octopath Traveler 0 like origin story, also in the 2D HD 2D.
Yeah, like so the same exact thing.
Except this is an RPG, and it's tied into the Octopath Traveler series, and it's like I kind of wish that you had started with the saga of Jimbo so that by the time we got to the end we could have been ready, but like putting them back to back was like, man, I hope you like this style. I hope you like this HD 2D thing, because it's also though a little weird because you're going to create a character in here. Like in all the previous ones, it was like the Octopath thing, you had like
a set
eight different actual characters, and this one it's like, oh no, you're going to make your own character, and it's like, oh okay, well then that's
kind of nice. Then I can make a little me.
Maybe. I don't know. That's coming out though this year, December 4th.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for my birthday. I just wanted to say, just in time for my birthday for everything.
Yeah.
So that was a Nintendo Direct.
Oh man.
Oh.
I'm hyped as fuck about Plants vs. Zombies.
Well, hey, there was something in there, right?
Yeah.
There was one thing in there. I mean the
campfire thing, but you can't deny. You can't deny.
I could deny. I could deny. I thought that Hyrule Warriors or the Zelda Dynasty Warriors game looked okay, but like I don't know, there wasn't really
the mouse adventure one.
Yeah, that one wasn't for me either.
That looked like cute and cozy. Like I want adventure, but I want simple and easy for my heart.
Like everything that I was excited about here was either something I'd already played or something I already knew about.
Yeah.
So again, probably not for me, but like, I mean, I guess it's exciting for, although I hear that the entire internet was like, about the whole thing. So
what a mid-ass Thursday for us.
Maybe I'm just caveating this too much because I got some pushback last week, and it's like, no, Jeff, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
it's okay to not be interested.
Yeah,
it's okay to think that all the video games that were talked about and that were bad, and that you think the people that were excited about any of it should touch grass.
You shush, Amanda. You shush your mouth.
I'm getting us engagement, Jeff.
Well, you know what? We're actually a little under time. But the thing is that the next thing is there was like a 20-minute Battlefield 4 multiplayer reveal, and so we can't go over that in the next 3 minutes. So
what if we could?
we're good. Well, actually, boy, I don't want to foreshadow what's going to happen after the break, but like I have very ambivalent feelings about Battlefield.
Okay.
But you know what? We'll talk about it in just a minute. Let's go collect our thoughts, and we'll be right back with more show. Amanda, are you ready to talk about Battlefield?
Boy, ever.
Battlefield 6? Battlefield 6 had this is a 4-hour VOD. I mean, we're only going to talk about the first 20 minutes.
Get ready, buckle up, everybody. We're talking about all 4 hours of it.
Entire rest of this thing. Yeah. So Battlefield 6, they announced the single player last week, and this was the big multiplayer announcement.
Ooh.
I'll go over the things that actually happened while they're playing footage of this.
Which games had a single player, Jeff?
Not going into that. This one's going to. Yeah, so this is, I don't know, it's like a modern warfare Battlefield game. Like they brought back
Fuck, I'm psyched, man.
They brought back the 4 classes from the previous games because they took those out and people didn't like it. So you've got the assault and the engineer and the medic and the sharpshooter, right? They've got all the, they've got the vehicles and everything. They got tanks and planes and stuff. The destruction of environment seems like it's been really ramped up quite a bit. Like the stuff blowing up looks real nice.
Buildings just getting crumbled.
Yeah. They also brought back it's called like labs or something where you can kind of make your own, like you can build a multiplayer mode where you can set the rules.
Oh, okay.
And then you can publish it online, so that kind of thing. They're bringing back Conquest was in the last one. The main thing that I'm kind of like this game, there's nothing wrong with the way that this game looks, but like every one of these things is like a 5-minute trailer of a bunch of military, like kind of nondescript military dudes, like blowing stuff up and shooting each other. And I mean, like I think that's what the Battlefield people want, as opposed to World War I, World War II, cyborgs in the future or whatever. Like, but it's like it's almost so realistic that it's like I don't know, like I could just go watch Black Hawk Down, I guess.
Yeah.
They had 4 different maps. There were some that are smaller, some that are bigger, some that are returning from previous.
Can you fly a jet?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with Battlefield, right? Is that it's like Call of Duty, except there's also all this
like
vehicles. There's like tanks and cars and helicopters and all kinds of stuff. And they've got this little squad mechanic where they've got large groups. Like it'll be like a 64 on 64, but then you're in a squad of 4.
Yeah.
And so you can respawn on your squad to try to make people together. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Like if this launches and it's not a piece of shit like the last one was, where you can fly inside of buildings and it's all stupid, like it takes 2 years to fix, then like, yeah, I'm glad for it. The only thing is that the only thing I have to say about it is that while this is an incredibly good version of it, of what they're doing, it's just another, like I got burned out of the modern warfare aspect like in the PS3 era, and then we moved away from that because we were all kind of tired of it. I guess it's coming back a little bit. Like,
I mean, it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone got real experimental for a minute.
I wonder if Beavis and Butthead will be in this one.
Oh, God damn
it. They did talk a little bit about the story. I feel so weird because I spent last week making all these NATO jokes, but apparently the plot of this game is that like several countries have left NATO and created their own splinter faction, and so it's the United States and what's left in NATO versus these non-NATO countries. And I'm like, God, what is the second week in a row where I'm talking about NATO?
Yeah. Fun.
At least the previous conversation had John Cena in it. Like,
John Cena's might be in this one.
Who knows?
You can't tell. You can't see him.
John Cena. I think that I did see some people online that were saying, I really hope that this game doesn't lean into the meta right now of like Beavis and Butthead and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and people from 2B from Nier Automata as skins, because it does look very serious. Yeah. Very military.
I mean, that'd be a good way to differentiate between the two, right? When the Call of Duty being very Fortnite-y? I don't know what it's trying to do. Yeah, then Battlefield being like, what if we didn't do all that?
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to, like, there's one more thing that they did at the very end, but like a lot of this is very good-looking modern military warfare.
It looks really good.
It's just that, like, there's a, like, you know what? Maybe I would have more fun playing it. I don't think I will, because I generally don't have fun with this kind of online multiplayer game. But like, I like. It looks like a very good version of what they're advertising. It looks like Battlefield 4, but like high resolution, nice destruction, nice detailed character models, and
for sure,
equipment, and all his shadows and smoke and dust and fire.
It is giving me the because I got real into Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And it is giving me like the itch to
that kind of thing.
That kind of
So yeah, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with it. What I really hope is that it launches and that it is satisfying and it doesn't take 2 years to fix. That when they launch it, it's ready to go when it's launched. Mostly for Jason's sake, because Battlefield is one of Jason's favorite franchises, and he hasn't had one to play. And you know what? This looks a lot more like a Call of Duty game than the previous one did, with all of its fucking wingsuits and
very true
near future tech and stuff.
So we're only in it for Jason?
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a supportive friend. Fuck this game, but like, don't fuck this game because Jason wants it.
Because Jason wants it. Well, no, I mean, you know, I don't want people to have a bad time. It's just this ain't what I'm into right now. Like, this isn't my kind of game.
Yeah.
I've learned enough to not pretend anymore that like I'm gonna have a good time. Like, I'll probably have a good time playing it with Jason when it first launches. But the people that stick with this stuff are really good at it in a way that I'm not. And so, like,
they're really good at it in a way that makes it unfun for me.
Also, I gotta say that last week there were like 3 helicopters that got exploded in the single player reveal trailer for this game, and that has continued this week.
These guys hate helicopters.
They love it. They either hate helicopters, or they love it when they explode.
Yeah.
Like, I do think it's interesting to see. Like, they had some stuff with the. This is something that maybe wasn't in previous games. I don't know, where like the destruction is being. Like, one of the characters has a sledgehammer, and it's like you could just pound the floor and explode it so that you can get to like the guys that are on the floor below you.
What if I use my sledgehammer on the people?
I think that would probably work too. But it seems like every class has some kind of explosive, and that every explosive that the buildings in this game are made of like cardboard.
Paper,
yeah, they explode.
We made these buildings out of butterfly wings.
Right. And I'm not saying like, and that's good, because you want to see, you know, when you strafe a building, you want to see it come apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks good. Oh yeah, you can hang on to the vehicles now. You couldn't do that before.
Nice.
Used to be you could only fit the number of people in the vehicles.
Yeah, they're like certain slot amount.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope it's fun, and I hope the people like it. It's not for me. This fucking show.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped as shit about it. Can't wait.
Well, like I was telling you, they did this thing. They had this in this auditorium that has like a main screen, and then both walls are screens, and then above is also a screen.
Yeah.
And every time they do a little thing with the people, they have a part where some vehicle runs across those screens and blows a bunch of stuff up, and people clap the first time, and they clapped a little bit the second time.
Politely clap the second time.
And the third time, when they broke for applause, nobody clapped, and then people started clapping once it became clear they weren't going to talk again until they did it.
Because of the awkward.
And that's kind of how I feel about this game, where I'm like, when you first see it, it's good, but watching like 25 minutes of it, I'm like, well, sure.
Yeah.
They did have one more thing. They did have a final thing. That's when they started, because they had like 30 minutes worth of announcement and then like 4 hours worth of people streaming.
I was gonna say, this is 4 hours long, and you've only scrolled through 37 minutes.
Yeah. So at the very end, they had a thing where they showed this pool, and they showed a bunch of people like driving and running and going through it, and then they turn the camera around and they show fire slowly approaching.
Oh,
so they're having a battle royale mode.
Okay.
Which I think is something that I don't think Battlefield has had. Really, I think they were supposed to have one, and it was either the World War I or World War II game. I don't remember which one. I'm sorry, but
Tell me in explicit detail which one.
They're supposed to have one in there, but then it's like they didn't. It was supposed to launch post game launch, and then like I just don't think they did. So, yeah, October 10th is when it's coming out. They're having a bunch of betas in September. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get Jason to jump on one of the betas with me, and we'll see how I feel about it. And then, like I said, and then from there it was like 4 hours, which like this is good, right? Because it's 4 hours of they invited a bunch of streamers to come play the game. The game doesn't look quite as good here as it does in their in their marketing stuff.
Well, it's never going to look that good.
It's also got like a UI and
and just like a dude in the corner to be like, this is the streamer streaming.
Yeah. But it's nice that they have enough there that you can, like, for people that are interested, that they can watch this and see how the game will play, right? As opposed to just here's the super cleaned up shots that we made, and here's somebody actually playing this video game the way that you're probably going to when it comes out.
The way that God intended.
Yes, the way the good Lord intended. So, yeah, so that was a Battlefield thing. We'll find out more later, I guess.
Exciting. I hope we get another 4-hour video.
Speaking of Battlefield, one of the things that we found out was that apparently, so there were some earnings calls last week. We have a couple of stories that came out of earnings calls. One of them was that Battlefield won't be an $80 game. It's going to be
$175. 70 is not terrible.
70 is kind of, I mean, that's what current, like, they raised the price a couple years ago. $69.99 is what currently you're looking at for video games.
God, that still sounds like a lot of money, though.
Andrew Wilson came out to say, like, yes, we have a variety of products. They're priced in different ways. We don't think, I mean, like, for one of the things you have to make a consideration of with Battlefield, right, is that, like, I feel like Battlefield, in spite of the fact that it's been around for a really long time and that it is popular, it doesn't have the guaranteed sales numbers that other games have. And with a giant multiplayer game, you gotta get those server numbers up.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing in the world that could happen is if you're queuing forever to try to get into a big game.
Yeah, so, especially early on.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't, in 2 years, getting a bunch of people kind of matters less because,
But, like, so it's good to have, like, I think that's probably part of their thinking is that they took a hit on the last one. They put it out before it was ready. It had a bad reputation. The series itself has it's kind of in a bad place right now in spite of the hype. So you want the barrier to entry. You don't want people to look twice. You want them to just buy it. Like, you want to be like, there's a new game, it's $70, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. So which is good, because the $80 video game thing, the longer we can put that off, the better.
Push it. Keep pushing it.
Push it real good. Also, they talked about how, God, this is such like corporate nonsense. Like, Battlefield 6 isn't just a product, it's a platform. And I'm like, allow me to hear the sound of me rolling my eyes as hard as I can. It's a fucking military shooter online video game. Get the fuck out of here with that.
It's a fucking online military shooter platform.
What else is going to be on this platform? Are you going to put Balatro on there? Like, what do you mean a platform? Is there going to be a launcher? Is it going to be like Steam? What are you talking about?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I get, like, part of me understands that what they're probably saying is that, because with the Battlefield Labs component, it's like you're not just playing the game, you can go online. Like, Fortnite can be kind of considered a platform in that there's the concerts, there's the
Minecraft
racing.
or
I usually consider a platform to be something that has more than just one game type, right? Like,
right, but Minecraft allows you to people make games within their own
that's
servers.
true. That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess the fact that they have like their little customization lab,
It's
there's going to be a
like
battle
Mario
royale.
Maker, but for shooting people in the face.
Yeah. So okay, but come on, fuck off.
It's the new hip word.
Yeah.
Platform.
It's a platform.
It's a platform.
It's not a game, it's a platform.
It's a lifestyle, not
Speaking of military
trend.
shooters, Call of Duty has made it was kind of a weird announcement. I don't know if you know this, but like the Call of Duty install size is like 300 gigabytes or something at this point.
No, I didn't know that.
Like, if you install everything, it's like this huge. It is a platform where it's like, here's Warzone, here's the single player campaign, here's the regular multiplayer, here's zombies. So there's like these huge installs, and it turns out that the Call of Duty they're pulling Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2, the more recent ones, like out of them and spinning them off into their own essentially downloads to reduce the amount of size that's in there. And it's like, well, fucking good. Yes, I don't. Anytime a game is like you need.
You don't want to download yesterday so you can play it today?
Well, I have a pretty decent system, but like I don't have 200 gigabytes. Like I have like 60, and if you can't make your fucking video, what possibly is there? Like, just let me uncheck zombies, I guess, and install it, and then uninstall the campaign, and then install zombies or whatever.
Yeah,
like the idea that just it's got to be that much, and it's like, but why?
Yeah, you can't a la carte download.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I don't keep track of this. I install Call of Duty once a year, I play it, I uninstall it. Like so. You might be able to install just like a piece of it. I think that a lot of this, though, stems from the fact that there isn't like a physical media. Yeah. That if you're digitally downloading the entire thing, it's like you're downloading all of these high resolution assets for Warzone, zombies, multiplayer, single player, whole 9 yards. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, what the current install size is. Let's see from there. Speaking of Xbox games, Xbox has begun to send out emails about age verification checks. Oh. So I don't know if you've been following this, but the UK just passed this age verification bill, this like kind of Protecting Children Online Act. And the thing is that it's requiring for certain things for you to verify your age. But the thing is that age verification is being done by a third party like company that will be collecting your data because it requires you to like take a face picture or like, you know, send your ID. And like this company doesn't even I don't know if this is true or not. I was reading about it before. I read a lot today, but like some people are worried that it's like, does this company even have like something in this law that says you are not allowed to share this huge amount of customer data you're going to be getting? Like, there's already the concern about what if you get hacked, but like a lot of companies will just share that shit.
Yeah, they'll sell it.
Yeah,
like, they sell it like crazy. All those. Well, I don't know what age or audiences, but like every time you go to any sort of store and they go, give us your information and you can earn rewards, right? They're selling your information. That's why they give you rewards for it.
Yep. But basically starting early next year, at least in the UK, they're going to be requiring, like, if you are under a certain age and you are on the Xbox, like, unless you verify your age with Microsoft, you will be restricted from getting groups, and like there's certain stuff that you'll be restricted from getting into, all based on this very nebulous like act that the UK passed.
I don't like it.
Well,
remember when the internet was the Wild West and you can just pretend like you were an adult?
I do. I'm very torn about this because the thing is that I think that there is a place in this world to be like, I don't want people that are under 18 here, right? Like, I'm going to make a website for people who like to, I don't know, fuck a cantaloupe, right? Cantaloupefuckers.com. I don't want anybody that's under 18 on here.
Right.
And I want some kind of like we should all discuss it. Tech leaders, the NATO, like the president, maybe not our president, but some president somewhere, like, come up with some kind of universal way based on the way that the internet works to be like, here is how you prove your age. Now, children will get around this. Like, you know, this is like pretending that no kid ever got a fake ID or got an adult to buy them beer, right? Like, you're never going to 100% this shit. I do sometimes think that there should be a way to be like, I want to exclude underage people from this. Yeah. And that comes from somebody who lives in a state where they want me to put in my driver's license number to look up pornography. Like,
I can't get the anger I feel, it's not even because I want to look at porn. It's because that's not what the internet was fucking made for.
Right. So yeah.
You don't think
I think there's a discussion. Like, I'm not saying I'm pro this. I'm definitely not pro this.
Yeah.
But like, no matter what, it should not be a third-party company. Go fuck yourself with that. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's not great. I don't love that. But there's no way to just parental control this shit.
No, there is. It's just okay. So there's another thing that's been going on that we'll get to next, but like. There are ways to parental control this stuff. There have been ways to parental control this stuff. The first pushback on this entire thing is if you don't want your kid looking at porn, then stop them. I'm a 47-year-old childless bachelor video game man baby, and I want to be able to look at porn without jumping through hoops. Yeah. Thank you very much. I don't have children to protect. Quit making me have to suffer the bullshit because you are a bad parent. Fuck off. Yeah. Like, fuck off. Now, I know that it's different. Like, when I think about this, you know, when I was a kid, my parents didn't let me watch racy movies, and I still watched the Playboy Channel in the middle of the night to catch the side boob, right? Like, there's woods porn. There's all kinds of ways that kids get up to this bullshit, even if you tell them that they're not allowed to. But there has to be some kind of recognition that, like, we are all not in charge of your children. Yeah. Like, all of us don't have to have our lives be harder for your children. Yeah. Like, there are so many groups that have already had that stuff. Anyway,
it's just a conversation that happens every like 10 years, and it's the same fucking conversation, and the same answer is that no matter what you do, they're gonna find a way. And now you're just making it harder for adults to enjoy things without having to fucking sell their data. And
there was a story last week, and I didn't understand it until I read this one, where like kids in the UK had Death Stranding 2 going, and they would go to the place where Norman Reedus was just on screen, and they would hold their phone up to Norman Reedus's face in that game to do the age verification check.
Oh my God, that's so
because
funny.
It's like, well, if you're running this off of an algorithm,
they'll just find out. Like they figure out how to do this, man. I'm just saying, before anything, one kid would look old enough to be able to buy a fucking magazine, and then all of the kids in the neighborhood now have access to that magazine. Yep. And I'm not saying that's okay, but I am saying, holy shit, guys, like, you're just making it worse for everybody else.
But I also really like, I've also been clear, or I've been thinking about this a lot recently, where it's like, it's also different, right? Like, I didn't have these options, and I don't know if it's a problem for kids that have never known a world where their phone couldn't look up boobies. Yeah. Right? Like, I had to work hard to look at boobies when I was young. Okay. Yeah. Like, it was a whole process. They didn't show them on network television. There wasn't an internet. Like, you had to go find them somewhere.
Yeah. You got to hope for a Girls Gone Wild.
You got to hope for a JCPenney's catalog to come in the mail. And you go to the bra section when nobody's home and go, ooh. Yeah. And so, like, I don't know. Like, it's very possible that kids these days are having trouble because they have wide open access to this stuff from whatever age. So, like, again, I'm not completely opposed to this. However, I don't like this always happens because conservative ass moms are like, we have to shut down every strip club in this town because some kid might get into one. And it's like, no, adults are allowed to do adult shit. Yeah. Like, so anyway, this has basically been put out there as like they're going to start this process. But there's a second thing, because I don't know if you've heard about this, Amanda, but like, hold on, we'll get to this. Also, I'm spending too much time on this, but we're going to spend time on this anyway.
It's too late. We're here.
So there's a petition started to try to roll back this act. Yeah. Like, because apparently in the UK, like, if you do a petition, it hits a certain number, it's like they have to debate this. Yeah. Like, it's not like a change.org thing where it's like, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Yeah. However, the UK government is just like, nope. We're not even going to consider alterations. In fact, let me read you the quote from the guy.
It just says, fuck
it
you.
Said, they basically said, like, if you're what was the direct quote? I think it was if you want to overturn the Online Safety Act, you are on the side of predators. It is as simple as that. Says Peter Kyle, I think the spearhead of this, or
that's two first names, Peter Kyle. Yeah. You pick one and you take it.
Which is so woefully narrow
that's
in sight.
Kind of bullshit logic to dismiss any pushback.
It's one of the reasons that I don't like the internet for a lot of reasons, but a lot of it is because there's this like flattening of any discussion into a slogan, right?
Yeah.
Like if you like porn, you're a predator. You're a sexual predator.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. Also, this sounds like an absolute, and only
Sith deal an
only
absolute.
Sith deal an absolute.
You heard it here. Peter Kyle's a Sith Lord. You get him out of there. He's going to topple the Galactic Senate. He's going to destroy NATO. So yeah, now this is kind of tied into another thing that we've been seeing, which is a bunch of games that have been delisted from itch.io and Steam that have sexual content on them. Now, just to catch you up here, this all happened right around the point where the UK passed this act, but it also there was a group in Australia, a group of fucking moms that like
Tipper fucking gore.
yeah, got their panties all twisted up and brigaded the credit card companies. And the credit card companies, you remember when OnlyFans was like, the credit card companies won't allow us to do that? It was that.
Yeah.
It was like credit card companies saying that they wouldn't process transactions on Steam or itch.io for games that were in this category, and then they delisted a bunch of them. Now, there's some nuance to that, but itch.io did come out, and unlike... so first, itch.io delisted all adult content on their site and said they were going to review it and then see what they were going to put back up. When they put back up, they actually came out with a list. Steam has a kind of like a hand wavy, like you can't put games on here that credit card companies would not approve of. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Does that mean that you got to send your furry hentai game to Visa in order to see if you can put it on Steam? Like,
yeah, that's kind of ew.
But Itch put out this list of prohibited content: non-consensual content, real or implied, underage or barely legal themes, incest or pseudo-incest content, bestiality or animal-related, R-word, coercion, or force-related, sex trafficking implications, revenge porn / voyeur / hidden cam, fetish involving body waste or extreme harm, e.g. scat or vomit. Now, you might have noticed that, like, some of that stuff is, like, some of the descriptions there are very broad.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to the one that says...
But also, isn't non-consensual content the same as the R-word? Coercion or force related?
Yeah, but like also what does force related mean? Like the problem with some of this stuff
like
is
you
that
ask a girl out until she can't say no.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like what is
like, you know, when Laura Croft dies in that Tomb Raider reboot, they have really graphic versions of her dying.
Yeah.
Like and the guys in there are like, oh, kid, I can smell ya. You know, like, does that fall under like these very broad definitions of like implied force? Like,
yeah. Also, and this is just out of my curiosity, when it comes to bestiality or animal related,
is that all furry content?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we like anti-furry in this household?
I don't know. You know,
because like, does that mean Sonic the Hedgehog is out?
I mean, you say underage or barely legal themes. Like, let me just say that there are Japanese role-playing games that have romance in them with 18-year-old high schoolers. Is that barely legal? Does that mean that like that game is now porn and must be banned? Because, you know, the problem with this stuff is like the problem that has always been there, and I feel like every decade or two, like you said, everybody fucking forgets. Yeah, this is hard to do. No one has managed to successfully write something that doesn't overreach in some way and get abused. And then what will happen is you'll write something like this, and in 5 years there's going to be a backlash against it where you're like, there's going to be some other website with some other payment processor that becomes the place where all this stuff goes. And it's going to become really popular for people who want furry porn or implied force, or like there are people who want to watch. I don't know why the incest stuff. I don't understand that. I don't get why that's really even a fetish, but like, but then, you know, this isn't like, none of this touches what I look at on the internet. Yeah. I'm not out there looking for like poop or vomit porn, right? like it doesn't affect me if you take all the sex vomit games off Steam. Like,
how many?
the sex vomit furry games are no longer on Steam.
I kind of want to know how many sex vomit games there are, but I also don't want to know.
So, but like again, the issue here is that, and the other problem that I have with this is that like,
and so like none of this is for any violence.
Well,
and so it's this weird thing.
Non-consensual content, real or implied.
Right, but non-consensual is a descriptor for a sexual thing, and not necessarily a.
I mean, I guess.
Do you know what I mean? Like nobody talks about fighting as like non-consensual contact with your fucking fist. Like that's
our word.
Although that is now what I'm gonna call.
Our word coercion or force related. Like the problem is that like, what does force related mean? Like,
I'm going back to Star Wars.
All Star Wars games are off the list. It's the force related. Don't say midichlorians. We can't put it on itch.io. So yeah, the other problem that comes up, and I talked about this last week, is that the issue, one of the biggest issues here is the fact that it is payment processors.
Yeah.
This isn't like the UK thing. That's at least a government law. You can vote the people that did it out. You can say, I am voting to specifically get you out of office because I want you to overturn this bullshit.
Yeah.
If Texas had the will, we could vote out the people who put in the stupid driver's license porno law, and the next people that come in could repeal that, right?
Porno for all.
But the problem is here that like if somebody if some bunch of moms in Australia pressured Visa to say we won't process payments on Steam, then that affects me, and I don't live in your fucking country, Karen. Yeah. Like what are you talking about? That Visa is making the morality judgments on whether I can buy.
Barely tolerate corporations right now, and now you're saying that they're our moral compass for what is or is not allowed to be purchased. I'm sorry, but they're not it.
So what has been happening is since this came out last week, people have been calling Visa and MasterCard over and over and over.
Yeah.
And when they lodge a complaint and the people on the other end are exasperated with them and they say, okay. And then they call back and they wait on hold for an hour and a half. And they say, yeah, I was trying to buy the bestiality furry vomit porn on Steam, and it says that I can't anymore.
Again,
and when I looked
just
it up,
describing Sonic the Hedgehog.
When I looked it up, it said that the Visa wouldn't let me do it. You're Visa, right? What's up?
Yeah.
And so this has been exasperating the shit out of the people on the other end of the line, who apparently, in a lot of cases, are not even. I've seen some reports where they're just like hanging up on people. In some cases, like cussing them out. And
wow.
But this campaign is like people on Reddit going like, don't raise your voice, don't become agitated. Like you were like, hello, I would like to buy the vomit bestiality porn. Why can't I not do that? Explain it to me.
Yeah.
Have you explained it to me? Okay, thank you very much. Hang up. Redial. Hello, I would like to buy the bestiality vomit porn.
Wow.
Why can I not?
It must suck being in the call center for them right now.
Yep.
Feel bad.
They have
heart
a whole
goes out to those workers who are getting slammed for the boss's decision.
They also say like they want to push people to email, and everybody knows that's so they can ignore you because you can have an inbox with 7,000 unread. Trust me, I know.
They'll create like a filter system to just throw that shit in the garbage.
I also did a brief look in on the Australian group that did this, and it was interesting because they actually had a post about it. Because
bunch of just wet blankets.
Well. Okay. They are okay. I have very mixed feelings. I don't agree with what they did whatsoever.
Yeah.
But their thing is like, we wanted force like any kind of sexual violence in a game. We wanted those games taken off of itch.io. So we reached out to itch.io and we didn't hear jack shit back. And we tried 3 or 4 times to reach out and nobody got back to us. We eventually told our members to start calling Visa, right? And then the Visa got in touch with itch.io, and then itch.io delisted all 20,000 games on their website that had any adult content in it. And then they made the rules. And then they decided what to put back up again.
Yeah.
And apparently this whole thing started because Steam had like a really gross game that was about like a person who does unspeakable sex crimes to their family, and that was on Steam, and they were like, we want this taken down. Like the thumbnail of this is a woman crying in a filthy basement. Like we think this is garbage. And it's like, I get you. And then they say,
there's not a way to report individual games. You got to report every single game that exists.
The thing is that when I read this blog from them, this is where I start to I understand why they would want this, right? But on the other hand, like, they emphasized numerous times, nobody from Steam got back to us, and it was like, well, yes.
Yeah.
Your like, Steam has decided that it wanted to be a platform that had that sort of content on it. Like, you were not owed a response from Steam.
Yeah.
You were not allowed to tell Steam what they can and can't do. The fact that you found a workaround for that doesn't mean that, like, it was a righteous cause. It means that you found a way to fuck up everybody's time.
Yeah, you found the person that'll listen to you harass them.
Yes. So, again, I think that the whole thing is a bad scene, and but I do like the fact that the internet is like, I mean, historically speaking, it's not a good, like, people don't take, you can't look at porno anymore lightly.
Yeah.
Like, we're all civilized, we don't talk about it, but like, then your furry content all gets taken away and you're like, well, now I'm going to war. Like, now I will call you all day, every day until I get my furry vomit content back, because, like, like, I may not talk about it with other people, but if I'm going to do this in the privacy of my own home, fuck you, Australian moms. Yeah. Like, it's not your business. So
very consistently annoying. My child is a degenerate who got on the internet too young and looked at porn, and instead of that child suffering the repercussions or having a conversation with a parent, I will instead take down the entirety of an industry.
Yep. It also like, during the break I told you everything that happened in Taco P's Original Sin. There's a lot of abuse of girls in that show. Does that show get taken down? Like, am I not allowed to watch that, even though I'm old enough to understand the difference? Like, this Australian group, their goal seems to be this idea that, like, young men will watch this stuff, they will internalize it as normal, it will cause women to be abused.
This is a conversation you and I have a lot, which is you would rather take everything away from them than talk to them about it.
Right.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
God, I'd rather be isolated in a white room all by themselves than to have a fucking conversation with my son.
Yeah.
Like,
anyway,
jeez Louise, guys.
We're now way behind, obviously.
Oh, good luck levelating that.
We got about 10 minutes. We got about 10 minutes to get through all the rest of this. So,
lightning round.
We're going to cut a few of these things. Well, no, actually, this directly ties in. As they talked to the main character of Silent Hill F was in a recent panel where he talked about how his story is like salad dressing. What he was saying is that there's, like, psychological horror and supernatural horror, and it's like oil and vinegar that, like, mix together in the story, and that each one kind of has its own flavor, but then as they mix together, they tie into each other.
Sure.
I left this in mostly because I was looking at this, and this is a story about a young girl who gets fucked up by monsters and, like, bullied, and all kinds of bad stuff happens to this high school girl.
Yeah.
And so, like, is that okay, Australian moms? Like,
yeah, does it accidentally turn into, like, women aren't allowed to be protagonists because you can't see women or girls in bad situations?
I don't know. I really don't. So we can't go back down that road.
Let's go back down that road.
Speaking of horrifying monsters, that Mind's Eye game that came out that was really terrible. I don't know if you were part of any of that. There was this IO Interactive had this, like, spin-off company that was making a third-person GTA style action game, and it came out. It was fucking the worst game. That game was supposed to have a crossover with Agent 47, which has been delayed indefinitely because they're trying to fix the game and make it in any way, shape, or form playable.
Okay.
I wish
Hitman said, I'm not getting my fingerprints on that train wreck.
Well, IO published the game, so that was the only reason why it was in there in the first place. But yeah. Let's see. There was an earnings call where Crafton talked about the Subnautica 2 thing that has been out there. I don't know if you've been part of this. There's a whole thing with the corporation that fired the management.
Oh, yeah,
There's a whole story about that.
Yeah.
Crafted came out in their earnings call when they were asked about it to basically like kind of prop up this whole narrative of just like, well, we care about gamers and the game wasn't good enough and the Subnautica gamers deserve the best game that they can get. I still can't tell whether this game was going to launch into early access. If it was, then that reasoning does not work. Subnautica 1 launched into early access and slowly got better over time.
Yeah.
I think the spinoff made by another company, Below Zero, launched just full.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were going to launch it or if it was going to go into early access. It seems like if they were going to launch it and it wasn't done, they could have launched it in early access. Also, part of this said that revenues for Krafton, the company that's doing all this stuff, were up 12% to about $1 billion, and operating profit increased to about $505 million last year. So, yeah. It'll be interesting when this all comes out because there's a lawsuit now. So they have to file stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to let this whole thing go behind closed doors to see how that goes.
Huh.
Monster Hunter Wilds is pushing up its endgame content by a month. So instead of August, it's being pushed into September.
Okay.
That new Monster Hunter game is getting ruthlessly ravaged on Steam because it runs like ass and people don't really like the story.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
And they feel like there's not enough to do in the end game. So instead of having the next update, instead of having that update come later on, title update 3 at the end is going to be pushed into, August, not September.
Mm-hmm.
New difficulty, new reward system, new end game content is all going to be pushed up. There was kind of a sister story to this.
Maybe this will shut you up, kind of.
Sort of. Well, apparently, like one of the things that they've been seeing, and there was a story about this that came out earlier this year, is that the developers of this are seeing like actual death threats in Japan, like from Japanese players of the thing.
Guys, chill out with that.
Well, what's weird is that normally you don't see that sort of stuff in Japan. Also, Japan isn't the land of free speech like the United States. Like, they
will suffer repercussions.
Yeah, like you get arrested and shit for harassment. Mm-hmm. So there's some interesting reporting that's been done about like how the company is dealing with this stuff. They think that it might also be a thing where that this particular game has had a lot of like live action interviews with the production, with like the director, the producer, that a lot of these development staff people are like face forward on this as opposed to just kind of being like a little bit noted or behind the scenes. So, but I don't know. We'll see if this game is able to pull out of its tailspin. Good luck. I don't know if you were on when we talked about this game, Amanda. Light of Miriam, Might of Moti Ram.
Is this the one that kind of looks like
Horizon?
Thank you.
This is one that looks exactly like Horizon Zero Dawn. Sony is suing Tencent, who is putting this game out.
Yeah.
They technically have like a sub company that's making it, but apparently Tencent came to Sony and asked them if they could make a spin-off game from Horizon Zero Dawn, and they said no. And then they announced this, and then Sony called them up and they said, you gotta fucking cut that shit out. And they said no, but why don't you license us the Horizon name and we'll make a spin-off game for it. And they were like, no.
Wow.
So now they are taking them to court.
This might be a little cut and dry. You got all them emails. Yeah, just like, well, we'll just keep making it a Horizon game until you give us the license, and then it'll be done and ready. And then they didn't, and they're like, oh, I guess it's not a Horizon.
The real question is, like, remember when the Nintendo sued Pocket Pair? Is like, it does take a lot to say this is infringing upon our art style. However, I think there might be more of a case with this because this is like a robot deer with textures that look almost identical to Horizon. Yeah. Like, it's different.
Wouldn't it be like, but the intent is so very clear in that the communication between the companies.
It may not be, that may not be a factor because usually a lot of times when they get into this like intellectual property rights stuff, it's like, does this game, could a consumer mistake this for Horizon? Is like, that's at least in the United States. Japan has different sets of like laws about this. So Tencent versus Sony is obviously going to be litigated.
Yeah.
Not in the United States, but I don't know.
We'll see. That'll be interesting.
Yep. Let's see. Blizzard may or may not be using AI generated art for their
Blizzard of all companies, the one that's like famous for their art fun stuff that they do
for Hearthstone. I don't know. I read through this story because Diablo and Hearthstone are having like a crossover, and there's people doing some real AI investigations here.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely always certain whether like the stuff that's supposed to be like a slam dunk could actually be stuff that an artist did. Like, it's got to the point where
sometimes they forget that artists also just like make mistakes,
right?
Or like will do something sloppy.
That's not to say that that isn't what this is, but like some of this stuff is like, wow, look, the side of this guy's hand kind of fades into the wall texture, and I'm like, well, it's like a brushy style, so like it could just be that they were using the brush tool and left it rough around the edges. Like, it used to be easy. You count the fingers, you look for some stupid, obviously wrong bullshit.
There's also this weird thing of like swirls.
Yeah.
Like right now, a lot of AI art that's supposed to look like some artist drawing or like painting has like swirls in it. And it looks weird. I can show you. But
so I don't know if that's the case or not. I do know that Blizzard does by Microsoft has been really all in on
the AI.
that bullshit.
Yeah.
Speaking of going all in on stupid shit, WB Games put out some LinkedIn, like they got another project coming up, and let me just say,
oh my god, I saw a headline about this.
Yeah, so they're the WB that shut down Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and wasted a shitload of money. WB who put out Multiverses as an online live service crossover game.
Yep.
And they were looking for somebody who will, quote, will lead the development of a high-quality AAA game based on one of the iconic IPs from the vast Warner Brothers and DC Comics catalog. But then part of that was like one of the job things was oversee post-launch content and live service strategy, ensuring ongoing player engagement. And it's like, okay. Are you guys really? Oh shit! Are we really Carlin from GTA?
Yeah.
Like, did you not realize it?
Come on, my dudes.
Let's see. Let's see. Cutting a few things here. Okay. Pokemon Legends ZA has some some stuff on their website that indicates that there might be some multiplayer functionality in the game, even though it hasn't been announced yet. Talking about the mystery gift function that can be found in the Link Play menu. This is a new update. I don't know. We might find out more about that. We might not. Hollow Knight Silk Song is actually going to be playable at Gamescom. It's kind of a big deal because people are looking for any proof of life for this game.
Yeah.
People have been waiting for it for a long time, but because Microsoft has been showing it off on their ROG Ally, their Steam Deck thing that they're putting out, apparently it will be playable on that at Gamescom in Cologne in like a month, which will be the first time that anybody's gotten their hands on this thing in a long time.
Nice.
Team Cherry was quick to announce that their launch is not dependent on any hardware or any other company, but there is a closeness there we haven't seen ever before in the development. So.
Yeah.
And last but not least, before we go on break, Amanda, I thought you would enjoy this. Do you know the game Peak?
Yeah. I suggested it to you.
Yes.
And then you played it without me.
So Peak has a thing. Peak just added cannibalism to the game.
Oh, no.
So part of Peak is when you're climbing, you can get very, very hungry.
Yeah.
And you can, I think you'll die if you get too hungry. But the way that they did it, Amanda, is amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
When you get hungry, the other players in your game start looking like giant cartoon chickens.
Oh, my God. That's...
And if you go up to them when they look like a cartoon chicken and you hold down a button, it will eat them.
Yeah.
And then they turn into a skeleton and your hunger meter goes all the way up. So I'm like...
That's amazing.
That is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
They have such peak sense of humor.
Yep.
Like, it's shockingly delightful.
I think the funniest thing is people finding this out where they see people and then there's just a button that says eat.
Yeah.
And then if you hold it down, then there's a little meter that comes up, and if it fills all the way up, then the person turns into just a skeleton on the ground.
Yeah.
And your hunger meter goes down.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I also like when they turn into chickens, their hats that they're wearing stay on.
They still have the same hat on that they had before.
Hat, yeah.
Yep. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We only went 3 minutes over. I feel good about that.
Nice.
When we come back, we've got a shitload of trailers, so everybody stick around, and we'll see you in just a minute.
Here we are.
And that means it's time for trailers. And we had San Diego Comic-Con was last week. We had a couple things that came out of there. The first one was Robert Kirkman was talking about that new Invincible fighting game that they're making, Invincible Versus. And basically, he had this very cryptic comment where he talked about how, like people keep asking me if the character is going to be in the game. And he said, what? So if you're a fan of the comics or the show and you're like, oh, there's a fighting game, who would I like to be in that fighting game? There's a 99% chance they're going to be in the game. I'll just say that. That's a spoiler. I might get in trouble for that. I don't know. So I don't know. I guess you could play as like Invincible's mom or like.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny. Hell yeah.
So
all the side characters.
Yeah. But one of the things that they announced and they put out a trailer for, our first trailer, is Battle Beast is going to be in Invincible Versus. I couldn't tell when they had the voice line whether it was, I think it's Michael Dorn in the show. Are you not an Invincible
No, I've
watcher?
seen some of the first season with John, but
Okay.
not enough to.
I mean, it looks like a very nice fighting game, right? It looks like a good fighting game, and then it's just got all of this blood, just blood.
Yeah, it's a wildly violent contender against Mortal Kombat.
Maybe there's not like X-ray attacks or like fatalities where you're blowing people's eyeballs up or whatever.
That's the stuff you need because that makes you feel cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's also like...
Or it demoralizes you when it's happening to you.
Or if you have to make it. There's that story from a while back about people depressed because they had to make all these gruesome fatalities when they went to go work at NetherRealm on a Mortal Kombat game. And I'm like, wait, did you know where you were going? Like, were you tricked?
NetherWorld? Yeah. I thought I was working on Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
What do you mean? But yeah, this was pretty cool. He's got very kind of like this mace attack. A lot of it seems like it's based on that. But yeah. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like every time I see this, I'm really impressed. Like, it's very crisp. It's very clean. Like, everything looks really nice in it. And it seems like it runs really well. So hopefully it'll be good. Let's see. From there, just for you, Amanda, speaking of comic books, the first family, Fantastic Four, are in the Fortnite.
So I found
Fantastic Fortnite
about this because Twitter, somebody said there's Fantastic Four skins in Fortnite, and people were like, please don't call it Fantastic Four skins.
Wait, is the Thing in the movie wearing a shirt? Thing usually doesn't have a shirt on, right?
He is. I didn't think about that.
Like usually, because that's like a way to nicely break up the characters, right? Is that Johnny Storm is on fire and the Thing doesn't have the shirt on?
Well, it's not hard to. You don't really mistake the Thing for anybody else.
No.
But yeah, you get him more in the trench coat and fedora than you do in the Fantastic Four gear.
He also seems kind of small in here. But I mean, I know that's because it's in Fortnite, and like you can't have like
specifically because of Fortnite
super oversized like character
make him
model.
Bigger, make him rockier,
make him bigger. You know what? I think that part of my hesitation with watching Fantastic Four is the fact that like I don't know who the Johnny Storm or Invisible Woman actors are.
I don't know Vanessa Kirby, but Johnny Storm is Joseph Quinn, who was in Stranger Things. Like his big claim to fame was being the like metalhead guy in the last season of
Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay. I only know that because he's got the same name as the Rocky Horror metal guy.
Yeah.
Meatloaf as Johnny Storm. That would be. Yeah. Let's see. We also got another little Marvel trip. We got another update for Cosmic Invasion, which is the little fighting game that they're making with Way Forward. I think it's Way Forward. So 2 new characters, Silver Surfer and Beta Ray Bill.
Oh my God, Ray Brother's gonna flip his lid.
Yep.
He's a big Beta Ray Bill fan.
Yeah. I mean, this all looks great. Like, I don't know. The Silver Surfer is a weird character, because the surfboard is so like mobility focused that like for just like a third or like a
it's
like
almost
Iceman. Yeah.
You know, on the So Beta Ray Bill looks cool as shit, though.
I mean, this whole game looks great. Like everything I've seen about it so far looks really fun. I'm glad to see that there's some really good beat 'em ups are making like a comeback.
Yeah,
I was even looking at like the backgrounds of these. You got these like giant Galactus in the background stuff. Even it's got kind of like a beetle helmet like thing instead of like the geometry.
Yeah.
And at the very end, they showed them like kind of going towards like Hela as a boss. So it's nice too.
I like the usage of Kirby Crackle in the art.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I'm a big fan of Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle.
Google it. Looks great. I'm thinking about doing a tattoo filler with Kirby Crackle.
Like hard black outlines around the dots and stuff.
So
like,
when you have like patchwork tattoos like I do, where it's a bunch of little things, people do a filler, which a lot of times is just like a million stars or something. And I'm like, what if it was Kirby Crackle all throughout? I don't know. It's some thrown around. Some thrown around. Thinking about.
Let's see. We also from Comic-Con we got like 3 minutes of the new Scott Pilgrim game.
We're still doing Scott Pilgrim stuff?
Yeah, they announced this back during Summer Games Fest. They're basically creating like, it's like very similar to the old Scott Pilgrim game.
Yeah.
Except it's like this weird like multiverse thing where there's like different universes and each one of them is like the vegan universe, and then they're all kind of based on some of the X's.
Kind of fun.
But very River City Ransom vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the art, I mean, like the story was written by
Brian Lee O'Malley.
And the art style is very similar to the comics.
Yeah.
More so than even that Ubisoft game. It looks an awful lot like it. And it looks really nice. Like it's just very cool looking.
Yeah.
Looks like a fun time. So I like the fact that all the enemies in here are just named Tyler.
I didn't notice that. It's funny.
Yeah, so we'll find out more about that when it comes out. But so far it looks really nice.
Yeah.
So let's see from there. We also got the release date for the Toxic Crusaders beat 'em up.
Holy shit.
It's Beat 'em Up Central. I had to look this up. This is based on the Saturday morning cartoon show.
Yeah.
In fact, the music playing in this trailer is the theme song, basically a new version of the theme song from the Saturday morning cartoon show. I forgot this was back when they would make literally
everything,
anything.
Yeah.
There was an Earthworm Jim show. There was like a Back to the Future show.
Earthworm Jim was cool as fuck.
There was the Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo was a weird one. Yeah.
So, I've never even seen the original Troma movie.
Me neither.
And then I went and looked at this, and like all these characters that they've got are basically from the show. It's like Toxic Avenger and his pals, and they all run around and fight this fucking Captain Planet looking bad guy, evil motherfucker.
Yeah, this looks silly.
Yep. Coming December 4th.
Wishlisted on Steam, please.
Yes. So yeah, I think Retroware. I don't remember if they're the ones who made like the Halloween and Evil Dead game, or if that was somebody else. But
fun.
Yep. Let's see. From there, we got the full-on pre-launch trailer for Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles 2. This answered one of my questions, which was, what all are we getting here? And it looks like we're getting everything from the tournament arc up until the training arc, which is everything that is out right now. So you and I played the first one of these.
We did, yeah.
Yep. That one went all the way up through Mugen Train.
Us playing that got me to watch the first like half of the first season.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I'm all right.
It's very shonen. This game is very shonen. It's very just like you want to watch a bunch of guys beating up some other guys.
It was cool and it was fine, but I was telling you that the kind of shows I watch are very boring and like slice of lifey, and this is not slice of lifey.
No. This is about cutting the guy's head off and while screaming at the last minute. Ah!
Yeah, mine's like, what if it's 20 minutes of somebody cooking themselves dinner?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're telling me about the show that you've been really into, where it's just like a lady that really wants to have 2 beers.
Yeah, that's it. She just wants beers and to have a really enjoyable time drinking her 2 beers.
Yep. Looks like they're adding in all the Hashira from the Hashira training arc into the like versus mode that you can have. This is like an arena fighter. I do though have to appreciate the fact that like all that's left of Demon Slayer is like 3 movies that are going to be made over the next several years. And at the end, they talk about how like they're probably going to use this. Those storylines will probably be DLC for
yeah,
this.
they'll just be attached to this.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Which is like they're not the first anime game to do that, but I do think it's interesting that like this anime has its ending like in sight. Like we know where it's going to end.
You can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. So it's not like a sort of thing that's just going to keep going on and on and on and on forever. So, and you know what?
One Piece. Sorry.
I got to say that like I really do think that over time these anime games like they've really nailed down the art style where they look so much better than they used to. They really do. They don't exactly look like the shows.
Yeah, but it's really close. Yeah, it's enough that you don't feel ripped off from it. Or
it also is helpful that Demon Slayer uses a lot of like 3D compositing in their own show for the effects and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like Demon Slayer itself is not above using 3D models or 3D effects for like, you know, fire and fights and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it is weird though that like because the last arc in Demon Slayer is just like a training arc. There's no like big battles. It's just like the main characters are going to train with all of the top action guys.
Yeah.
And then it ends with the little tease they had at the end. So yeah, August 5th, right around the corner. And then they say Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle, Character Pass coming soon. So I guess that means that they're just going to be adding, because the end thing is going to have a bunch of new bad guys in it.
Yeah. So
maybe it's not the story. Maybe they're just going to be adding those characters in. I wonder if they'll have like full-fledged, like a DLC. Because I think the problem with the movie is that if I understand from the dates, it's going to take like 3 years to get all the movies out. Like they're coming out like one a year.
Yeah.
Instead of a season, you're going to get one theatrical movie each year until like 2027 is I think when it's finally going to wrap up.
Yeah.
It's like one this year, one in next year, one the year after. So they probably couldn't keep putting out. Well, I don't know. Dragon Ball does it, so maybe we'll see. Yeah, Elden Ring got a big update. Elden Ring Night Rain, that is. This is the 2-player mode that because when it started, they only had 3 players, or you could play it by yourself, which was garbage. Now apparently they've got a mode where it's been tweaked so that you can play it with just one other person.
You and your best friend. For those people who don't have more than one friend.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I gifted Jason this game so we could play it, and then it was like we tried playing 2 people and it sucked. Like it was horrible. So
maybe.
No, I'm not. I'm done with Night Rain. There's just too many other games that I want to play.
Yeah.
There's a new FromSoft game coming out next year, and I'm not the kind of person who's like, I like anything that they put out, no matter what. And I'm like, I don't play online multiplayer games. That's what this is. Not my cup of tea. So, but hey, good news for everybody else. Also, they it was supposed to come out the 30th. They had that tsunami scare with that earthquake. There was an earthquake in Russia that created big waves. They put it off for a day to make sure everybody was safe. By the time you hear this, it's out. So, yeah. We got a character short. Speaking of online multiplayer games, we got a character short for Borderlands 4. Amanda.
Yes.
This is the most exciting thing I've ever seen for Borderlands 4.
Is that a gun dog?
So this company, TDR in the game, they're the ones that make these little guns with legs.
Yeah.
So at first, TDR, like their motto was like, everything we make is cheap. So when you finish shooting a gun, you would just throw the whole gun away and a new one would appear in your hands.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like in Borderlands 2 or 3, they had ones where when you threw them away, if they had any ammo left, they would sprout little legs and just run at the nearest enemy, shooting the rest of their ammo, and then they would disappear.
That's amazing.
So yeah, this is like a little character story beat about one of the hunters in the game, and he's like testing this suit for TDR that like he was raised on a low gravity planet and he can't even stand up on this world, but wearing this suit he can, and the guy running the presentation literally like turns the suit off and it makes him fall down. He can barely breathe.
Yeah.
It's like a real anti-corporate thing. And then he talks about how like, because their motto is like make it cheap, that this is all too expensive. So he shoots the development staff, and then he shows off that the other factor that the suit has is that if you shoot somebody that's wearing the suit just comes back to life and starts killing people with the dead guy inside.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then basically he like has the suits try to kill the guy, this character that they're talking about, and he fights back, and he manages to get away. And so that's like his backstory, is that he was like a corporate soldier, part of this test group with this experimental armor that like manifests weapons.
That
out
is
of it.
so dark. That would make such a good game on its own.
Yep.
The like corpse robot.
Yep. Oh yeah. He the kind of presentation evil guy turns off his suit so he can't stand up, and then as he's struggling, one of the little guns like walks by and he picks it up and shoots the guy with it, which is pretty fun. So. And then like the thing is that this, more than all of the action montages, made me a little bit more interested in Borderlands 4, because then it flashes forward to him and he's obviously telling his backstory to the other Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
And they're all like, so you died, so you're like a vampire? And he's like, no, I didn't die, I almost died. And they're like, yes, he's a zombie, not a vampire. And he's finally like, okay, yes, I'm a zombie or whatever. He's trying to explain to them that he didn't actually die, and they don't believe him because they're all too stupid.
Yeah, because they're idiots.
Yep. And like, that's more
like
fun.
All Borderlands characters.
Right. Well, it's nice to see some actual characterization as opposed to just Randy Pitchford telling me this game is awesome. And I'm like, show me the game. Show it to me.
Yeah, prove it.
Yeah.
Loser. Sorry. I've decided to bully Randy Pitchford.
That's all right. That's perfectly allowed on this show.
The exact person you want to do that to.
In other gaming news, the Demon X Machina Titanic Scion had a gameplay trailer for the heavy armor. I think you and I might have played this. It was a Switch launch game that was like a mech game. And they're putting out another one.
I play mech games with you sometimes when Matt Frank's not available.
That's true.
That's where Red came from.
That was that game.
Oh, is that? Okay,
that's that game.
yeah,
This is the
okay.
sequel
I
to
thought
that
so.
game.
It wasn't 100%.
I don't understand, because it seems like this whole thing is about summoning a giant heavy armor suit and then like using it for a limited amount of time, and like but I can't tell. It's like the character kind of looks a little bit like they're at least wearing like some kind of mech, like smaller person-sized mech suit.
Yeah.
So I guess instead of
baby
like
mech to the dada mech.
Yeah, or else that's like a mech, and then you get
mech
into a
on mech
bigger
action.
mech. Like, I don't know, man.
Russian doll of mechs.
This game is making me like I'm getting less and less interested in this game the more I find out. Unlike Borderlands 4, the more I find out, the less interested I am. Where it's like,
that's crazy to me.
Like, are you telling me that this isn't a game where I get to drive a mech the entire time? That like there's a meter when I get in the mech that goes
you get
down?
to do this is heavy armor.
Yeah,
so
but
it's a heavy mech, but the other one is your like lightweight mech.
That just looks like a suit.
It's
like a
but
suit.
it's not. It's a mech.
But then, you know what? I tried going back and playing Demon X Machina. I tried playing the PC version after I finished playing Armored Core, and I was like, I want another mech game. I went back and I bought it again on a sale.
Yeah.
I started playing it, and I was like, nope.
Change
no,
my
thank
mind.
you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. It's coming out later this year. We'll see. I forget when it's coming out. September 5th. That's what's coming out.
Right around my birthday.
We got a gameplay trailer for Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved. So this was an Alien game that was a VR only game, and they're retooling it to put it out as a just non-VR first-person shooter.
Okay.
And I'm really interested because I like Alien. I like single-player games. I like it. All the Alien games seem like, oh, this is a tactics game. This is a squad game. This is an online game. This is a hide from the Alien game. And this is like, here's an action game.
Run and shoot them.
Where you go to a place and it's got the aliens in it, and you take a gun and you shoot those aliens with a gun. I'm like, yay!
You know what I always want to do? Shoot those aliens with a gun.
Yeah. Of course, I don't know. Alien is like Star Wars or Marvel, where I'm like, I judge you on a property by property basis.
Yeah.
Like there's that new Alien Earth show that's coming out, and everybody's like, oh, isn't it going to be cool? And I'm like, I don't know. Is it? Like the last 3 Aliens properties have been kind of dicks. So, but this looks really cool. Like, I like this. It looks like it's got a story.
It's given like, as weird as it's going to sound, the Thing video game.
Okay, I can see
like
that.
In the cold tundra, science-y.
Like you can't go outside because it's too cold, but there's monsters inside.
But then like also Dead Space, which also just makes sense because, you know.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think the last first-person shooter game in the Aliens universe was Aliens Colonial Marines.
Holy shit,
like,
really?
I think so. Like I followed this stuff, and there was like the fire team one that was online, and there was like that squad-based tactics one, and there was like the VR one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's been an actual full-on first-person shooter, just like, hey, here's a pulse rifle, and here's some aliens. Live out your wildest aliens fantasies.
But that sounds so fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a great time playing Alien Colonial Marines because me and my buddy clowned on it the entire time. We're just like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got an update for Witchfire. I tried this a little while back. I'm still waiting to get a full-on release. This is the game that was made by some of the X People Can Fly devs, the Bulletstorm folks. And it's like a roguelike where you play as like a witch hunter, and you've got like these magic guns that have very specific things, and you're kind of going to these roguelike populated places with all these weird monsters and stuff in it.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah. And then in between, like when you die, you're like leveling up and coming back in. I tried playing it, but I was like really bad at the beginning of it, and I just kept dying, and I felt like I wasn't making any progress.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've done updates since then, but I love the style.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like I'm super into it. I would enjoy watching a movie that had this like
This
vibe.
kind of witch punk almost, like witches X guns.
Yeah, I'm in.
So it also just is very nice art style, very nice looking. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It still doesn't have a 1.0, but it'll be interesting to see once it finally comes out, like what the full on what the full release looks like. So let's see. From there, we got some kind of indie stuff. We got a gameplay trailer for this game called I Hate This Place, which I think was announced at Summer Games Fest, or it might have been in a different thing. It's based on this comic book series.
I was going to say it sounded familiar.
Yeah. I think you and I might have watched the original trailer for this when it first came out, where you're like playing as this like teenage girl, and like you make a weird pact with a demon, and then there's like it's kind of top-down, kind of Resident Evil style action, but it's got this kind of cell shading and stuff on it. I don't know. I think it looks interesting.
It does.
Kind of a top-down twin-stick Resident Evil shooter.
Yeah, weird. It's just quirky enough that I like it.
Yeah, it distinguishes itself just enough to be really interesting.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, go check it out. Check out that trailer. Looks pretty cool. Coming out sometime this year. No official release date yet.
Hate this place.
This was an interesting one. Invokyr. Invokyr. This is an online multiplayer game.
Oh.
But
that is not what I thought you were going to say when... Is that a Jumanji?
This is horror Jumanji. You roll the dice.
Jumanji is horror Jumanji if you're afraid of getting sucked into a board game.
Well, I don't think you get sucked into board games, but you roll the dice and you're in this weird house and you can't leave. But then as you as your character moves around, it like makes different types of monsters and rooms.
That's sick.
But then you also have like
die together
other dice where you can like roll the dice like a bomb dice. You can throw it at the actual hunter guy from Jumanji that's in here.
Yeah.
And there's also like an Audrey 2 that follows you around.
Fuck, that is cool as shit.
And like the whole presentation looks very cool.
Yeah.
Like very nice, very put together, very solid. So I think it looks interesting as an idea. Because it's just fucking straight up Jumanji.
That's just horror Jumanji. I'm in.
Yep.
That's so fun. That's a sick idea.
I don't know if it has like a full on. I don't think it has like a release date yet, but I think it's like a, what does it say, like wish list.
Yeah.
If it comes out this year, I don't know. Maybe we could play that instead of Just
It'd be
Dance.
fun, like a Asylum game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If it comes out Halloween time.
We also got a launch trailer for this game called Lucy Dreaming, which is kind of interesting. It's like this young little British girl that is in this weird town, and it's like in a little adventure game. But then also you kind of like go into dream worlds to discover like what's going on in this little British town. It's a very like old school throwback to kind of LucasArts point and click adventure games.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's giving me that old Tim Schafer-y stuff.
Which is interesting.
Or like Ron Gilbert, I guess, more.
I don't think we'll ever play it for the show because those types of games don't really work for the show. But I was interested. You also, because you can't hear this, Amanda, it's a very like kind of wry affectation. This little girl is not affected by anything.
Yeah. Very Daria Morgendorfer.
Yeah. But it looks fun. It's got some nice.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, nice
in a positive way. It reminds me of those weird like Nickelodeon for a while would do these ugly cartoons, and they would be real short-lived.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of what those look like the little girl with pennies in her eyes. I can't think of what she was called.
Isn't that a spinoff from Pee-wee? Pee-wee was Penny, right? And that was her with pennies
in her eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, like maybe that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know anymore.
What's weird though is that this like key art for this game makes this little young girl look a lot like younger because of the way she's like she's got big anime eyes and looks like a lot less like cynical than the voice in the game comes across.
See, this art wouldn't sell me on the game.
Yeah.
They should have they should have done. I mean, I don't know if that would either.
Like the girl in the game has like bags under her eyes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We got another trailer for I think this is a new one for a game called Plushes. This is like a first person game where there are like these big square plushes, like plush monsters that are invading, and you've got to go out with your shovel and your gun. They like
beat the shit out of some squishmallows.
Yep, your sister. But then you can also you can suck them up with it's like a vacuum cannon that can shoot, but it can also suck them up, and then you can use them to like unlock places. And there's like giant versions of them. Looks like a kind of a fun little
looks
conceit.
Weird, cute.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know why they're all square. That's a little weird.
A bunch of L7s, if you ask me.
We got the launch trailer for Tales of the Shire.
Fucking game. I feel like I've seen 8,000 trailers for it.
Well, you know what? I looked at it and it got like a 30 on Metacritic, and I was already on the fence about this motherfucker because it looked like they're like, don't you want to cook for your Hobbit friends? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know what part of the Lord of the Rings in the Shire I like? When they leave and go to the adventures.
The whole plot is not being in the Shire.
Yep.
And they're like, but what if you were like, nah, man, I'm gonna stay home and just garden and eat some bread? And it's like
there's also like not to get too personal with these devs, but like they should have reevaluated the person who did the art style for this. It's too wispy. It's not like attractive. It's something off-putting about it. Like the characters are all just kind of like strange looking.
Yeah, I think you could have done something prettier.
Yep. Anyway, out now. Go get it or don't do it.
Animal Crossing in the Shire.
Yep. We got the early access launch trailer for Frosthaven. I included this because apparently Frosthaven is a really popular board game, like really, really popular. People know what it is. It was like a lot of excitement when it was announced they're making a video game version of it. Card game, tactics game. Looks like a kind of generic RPG to me. Like maybe somebody in the comments can explain to me why.
Most board games, it's like once you learn how to play one, there's a bunch that follow the same kind of rules and regulations. So there's a chance that this is just that.
I don't know. There's got to be something compelling about it because otherwise you just play D&D or Catan or something. Like there's got to be some reason that this in and of itself is more interesting to people than not. So but I don't know. It's in early access now. Maybe I go take a look at it. July 31st is when it came out. it's gonna, I don't know, maybe. We also got the reveal trailer for a game called God Breakers.
Yeah, fuck them gods.
This is like the gods have brought humans back to life where they were all exterminated or something. The big thing here is that you can it's kind of a third-person action game, but you can absorb enemies and then use their powers against other enemies.
Nice.
It's got a very solid, clean kind of art style, and then it's got online.
I'm kind of into this art style.
Co-op. Like online 4-player co-op.
Oh, nice.
So like a little action game. I didn't really understand all that much about what was going on, but
yeah,
seems like it could be really fun. I don't know. Just never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Now it's this week, so.
Looks neat.
Yep.
Bright and colorful, weird and cute.
Wish list now.
Wish list it now.
There was a 8-minute Nintendo presentation on how to play that Drag X Drive, or that Drag or Drive game, that kind of wheelchair basketball game that they're making.
Yeah.
I watched about 2/3 of it, and it really turned me off to the entire concept of playing the game.
Really?
Well, it seems really you're using the controllers to wheel, but then you have to stop, and then you have to aim, and then you have to shoot.
Yeah, a little too involved.
Yeah, and they kept talking about how it's oh, well, if you do this with the controllers, then you can lift up on one wheel, but then the controllers also control your arms.
So I think maybe it's a little more fun than this video would have you believe.
Yeah.
I think there's an issue sometimes with trying to teach people before they have their hands on it.
Right.
Where it's
especially for
I'm just watching you roll and then stop and then aim.
Right.
But if you have the controllers in your hand doing it, it would feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess it just depends on yeah, you are correct. How does it feel? Especially with something with a non-standard control interface like this.
Yeah.
Right? I understand how that Battlefield game is going to control because I played first-person shooters.
Yeah.
This, it's hard for me to translate what you're showing me into any video game ever.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
But yeah, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, you can check that out. And then let's see, what else do we got? We have a few different announcements here. Frostpunk 2 is coming to consoles. Came out on the PC last year. And we got the release date trailer for Frostpunk 2 on consoles, which I think is in, what is it, August? September 18th.
That's my birthday month.
I am less I don't know, Frostpunk is not really a game for me.
Yeah.
It's this kind of miserable management simulator of
I don't need a video game to manage my simulated misery.
Yeah.
I'm already there.
I got real life misery, motherfucker. It's also, I think, going to be on Game Pass when it comes out. So
Sick. Then I'm gonna force John to play it.
don't do that. Slime Rancher 2 also got an official release date. I really should memorize.
I feel like I would
date.
enjoy sitting down. If I actually took the time, I would enjoy Slime Rancher, but I just haven't. Because it's definitely a game that looks up my alley, and then I just never get to it.
It's kind of an interesting survival management game because you get the slimes and you start feeding them things and you feed them to each other and you breed them and then you you use them to then unlock new areas.
And they're just little buddies.
And they're little buddies. The little derpy motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just like having stupid things float around me at all times.
You would probably very much enjoy.
Have you ever met my dog?
Slime Rancher. Yeah, no, I mean, it's coming out in, was it September 23rd? And they also had a little thing. This was this artist, Yusuke Naora, who is making some, this cover art, basically.
Oh.
Because they're putting out a full, digital release, and also comes a little poster and everything. So, or it's like a sleeve for the digital, for the physical release. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really nice art.
Looks good.
Looks cute.
It does look cute. Let's see. We also got, I think this is our last trailer, a trailer for the Flex Strike wireless fight stick. This is the Sony's entry.
So sleek, so nice.
Yep. Sony's entry into the fighting stick arena.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off a few things with it, like very low latency response. They're using instead of just Bluetooth, they're using Sony has a specific link device that you can use. You can also have it wired. They show how you can swap out below the stick. There is a ring, and it determines whether the stick kind of clicks into a square, hexagon, or a full circle, when you're moving it, so that it kind of goes into different places. You can swap that out. There's also a bunch of programmable button interface stuff. They also showed off a little carrying case that it has. Yeah, so these are this affects how the stick moves. Yeah, other than that, I mean, this is pretty bog standard. It works on the PC or on the PlayStation. Also, the link thing they have is the same link thing that works with their wireless headphones on the PS5, so you can do both. A little carrying case, little slipcover, backpack.
Bring
case
it to your friends. Hang out. Yeah, those are cool. Not a fight stick person. I had a buddy give me one a while ago. Yeah. And it's not for me.
Yeah, I get it.
And fighting games, what? No, I don't. If anything, it just puts that fight stick in danger of me straight slamming into those buttons.
I mean, for me, part of the issue is that it's not usable on anything but a fighting game because it's not modern game controllers are made for you've got very specific places where you can hold down.
Yeah.
If you use all of your fingers, you can hold down a lot of buttons and still move one stick, whereas you can't do that with a just lined up
fight stick. Yeah, because your left hand is totally.
Yeah, with the buttons and everything. So yeah, I mean, but I think it's good because I think they're putting it out next year around Evo, and they're really pushing it with that Marvel took on Fighting Souls game, which is probably a good move on their part. I gotta admit, I mean, if I was gonna buy one, I'd probably buy this one. I like Sony's peripherals. I haven't had a problem with any of the peripherals from Sony I've gotten, but nothing but Xbox controller problems. I've never had a DualShock controller fail me. In the history of PS3, PS4, PS5, I've never had a problem with one of those.
Sponsor us.
Just give me free control. Actually, no, don't. I've got 3, and I only need one.
Stop giving me controllers. We're drowning in controllers.
So yeah. And let's see. Not a lot left here. We got some PS Plus games that are coming in August. Liza P is probably the big one for PS5, PS4, and then DayZ and My Hero One's Justice. Speaking of anime games, that was an old one. My Hero One's Justice 2 is coming. But Liza P just got the DLC last month, so I'm sure you'll get the base game for free, and then you have to pay for the DLC. But if you haven't yet, the difficulty curve got real smoothed out on that game. So we'll see how it goes.
Get into it.
Yep. It's just weird because last month it was Balatro. Balatro was one of the PS Plus games for the month. It was very strange. Dying Light The Beast had its release date slipped a little bit. It's supposed to come out August 11th. Now it's coming out September 19th.
Nice.
This is the spin-off game where it's the main character from the first game, after leveling up, has become kind of this homicidal monster, and you're playing as him in the sequel.
That's cool.
It was originally going to be
what
DLC.
If he was OP?
Yeah. Well, by the end of Dying Light, you are OP. You've got all these crazy ass powers. So the idea of then having him come back as this kind of the consequences of the first game is an interesting idea.
That's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yep. And apparently everybody who's played it so far has said that it's real great. I just hope it isn't a million years long, because that was when Dying Light 2 came out. They were like, it's 150 hours long, and I was like, no thank you.
I was just talking to John about this, because he's playing, not about Dying Light, but he was playing Brutal Legend, and he was like, this feels like a really short game, and I was like, yeah, it's 9 hours long max. And
you can beat it in a weekend and still do other stuff.
And then it's sorry, it came out before games were it has 40 hours minimum.
20 hours is a short game.
Yeah, isn't that fucking nutty?
Do you remember that? I used to, go back to the Spill days.
Yes, we played Brutal Legend.
We, back in the Spill days, I used to play a game and beat it every week.
Yeah.
I'd play whatever game came out, and I would beat it in time for the podcast in order to talk about it and do actual game reviews. And people are like, why don't you review games anymore? And trust me, part of it was because I got pissed off at people being all contrarian with me.
Yeah.
But another part of it was the fact that, like, I can't beat 40-hour games in a week. That's a full-time job, motherfucker. Like, I can't do that in anything else.
Yeah. Also, I mean, not to get into the nitty-gritty of it, but, like, you don't get early access to these games. We're not getting, like, reviewer copies of stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it would be when it gets released, and then hopefully you finish it in 40 hours, and then...
Yep. It took me like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to finish Clair Obscur because I was just playing it when I could. But, like, you know, there's other stuff that I have to do. I can't just do that anymore.
Right, yeah. Like, you can't also record while playing these games and
which is why I'm not playing Abiotic Factor right this second.
But he wants to, guys.
I really do.
He really does.
I just beat the Tarrasque. So Overwatch 2 is getting a sequel to the that dating event thing that happened like last year.
I don't remember that at all.
Valentine's Day, there was like you can date not Genshin Impact, Genji, right? Genji or Mercy.
Yeah.
And then like Hanzo was like the Cupid, and then there was like a secret path where you could date Hanzo. And apparently there's another event that's taking place right now, but only in China, where they've expanded this to have like Diva and
they're like, we'll give you the rest of them.
Cassidy, Junker Queen, who's like,
oh yeah,
you know, everybody wants Junker Queen.
Yes.
As well as some of the other characters, Mao, not Maui.
But it looks like Maui.
He does. Anyway, I don't know if this was like in the game or if this was like a website or like what. And I had a really hard time finding out why this is only in China. I have a feeling that it might trickle back here next February for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As opposed to putting it out in the middle
They're
of
like,
July.
date everything's out. And everyone wants to do that. Let's hold off.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that it is a Chinese company that made this.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that put this whole thing together. And I still can't tell if it's like, I think it's like maybe it's inside of the game. Maybe it's a web browser. People are just really mad because if this results in skins, these characters skins, they want them skins.
Yeah.
They want those thirsty skins. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I want that sexy Genji.
Speaking of sexiness, oh god damn it! This was so hard to find last time. Did you obviously didn't watch?
Correct. I do not have that streaming service.
K-pop Demon Hunters. There was a YouTuber named Animated Jen that basically like took. Of all things, Jedi Survivor, and like took the first song from K-pop Demon Hunters where they're singing about beating people up, and then made a music video with Cal Kestis and then two of the other characters beating people up along to the song, and it fits pretty well.
That's some old school YouTubing right there. That old AMV shit.
Yeah. It works really well because like the characters have like these assist attacks, and so like it works really well with the theme of the song of the three of them beat people up. So go give Animated Jen some love, especially because like when I checked on this video, it's called K-pop Empire Hunters. Has 92K views, which I think is, and it came out 2 weeks ago, which means that shit didn't go very viral.
Yeah, we're gonna make it viral. RageSelect viral.
Yeah, go give them 200 more views.
Hell yeah, that's us.
But
that's our impact on this world.
Yep. Also, K-pop Demon Hunters was good, so go watch it.
It looked good.
Let's see, Amanda. I got this one just for you.
Ooh.
This has nothing to do with video games, and this is why I got it just for you.
Does it have to do with Muppets and or John Carpenter?
It does have to do with Muppets, of all things.
I fucking knew it.
I don't know if you saw this.
I have seen this.
But at San Diego Comic-Con, there was a tease that they're going to have an episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
Where the Jim Henson Company is going to come in and do Muppet versions of all of the characters.
I approve.
Yep. I don't know. I might actually watch that episode.
Their human characters are kind of ugly to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I still approve, and I love it. His hair is fucking hilarious.
Even though I think last year wasn't the whole gimmick episode when they brought the Lower Decks characters into the show, like as actual live action.
John said they did, like, because I don't watch.
Yeah.
But they did a musical episode as well.
Uh-huh.
So, like, they definitely get into, and I was like, so I told John, every show that does, like, that can do things where it's like a gimmick episode will have a musical episode, a puppet episode, and a cartoon episode.
Yep.
And he's like, yes.
Or claymation.
Something definitely, like, not live action.
Yep. So, great. Oh, no, I actually have all that information in this article. I just didn't read it.
Oh, well, oops.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you were here. And then last but not least, I really appreciate this. Somebody took, they got out their 3D printer and they made a 3D printed McDonald's French fry holder that goes between the two Switch controllers with actual magnets so that they connect.
Yeah.
So now you can connect the first thing they do is psychotic, or they connect it to one side of the Switch.
Yeah. So it's a sandwich. So it's controller. So it's left hand.
Yep.
And then it's the
Switch
screen. And then it's the fries. And then it's the other controller.
Yeah. But I actually think the handheld mode, it's basically just a red trough with a little hole in it so you can see the McDonald's logo. But they put the magnets in so you can literally hook the two Joy-Cons up.
Yeah.
Have fries right in the middle. Like, I'm surprised that nobody. I mean, this is like $1 worth of plastic.
Yeah.
That McDonald's didn't do something like that, or like KFC didn't do something like that. Like, I'm surprised it took somebody else to do that. So yeah, this is Gamifry's demo on
perfect
user 7R135. Now, Amanda, this brings up an interesting question we'll wrap up with. Do you snack while you game?
I do, but it's not as easy as television and movies make it out to, where they like, I'm going to game, and I'm like, while I'm playing games. And it's like, first of all, no, you're not, because you don't want to make your controller all sticky or like greasy. And you also can't just stop.
Like, you can actually see it in this video. Did you see it?
Yeah.
On that left stick? Like, you see all the grease around this left stick.
It's fucking gross.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah, and I have like sweaty palms, and I try very hard to make sure my controllers aren't just like
wet,
moist. So I can't. The idea of doing anything like that, it has to be something like hard candy that it's already in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like
hockey that you can just like keep in your mouth, or
not something where I have to like reach and grab and it's on my fingers.
Not
and
Cheetos.
I'm not Cheetoing it up.
You
God,
want the
dust
orange
all
control?
everywhere. Oh God!
I'm trying to think. The only thing worse than that would be if you were gaming and then you had wings.
I was just going to say the worst thing would be like wings.
And then you put it down and you put your hand back on the. Oh, that's disgusting. We gotta end it. I gross myself out. Patreon.com/RageSelect if you like the podcast. It takes work. Help us out. $5 a month is all it takes to get the bonus videos that nobody else gets to see, as well as Discord access to a lovely community of people.
Yeah.
That's it. I gotta say, though, I am a little hungry for McDonald's French fries, though.
Do you want to get some fries and wings?
I kind of want to
get some fries and wings.
Actually, I just want to get like 3 baskets of McDonald's fries and then all of those nugget dipping sauces. That's what I want to do, like a psychopath. All right, let's go do that. Bye, everybody.
Bye.